one.
Well, I hope you're ready. This could be another one of those explosive games of Dota 2 here between Mineski and J.Storm. We're in the second game of this lower bracket series. Elimination on the line, at least for Mineski that is the case, because they are one game down. Welcome back. Of course, they're DreamLeague Season 11, live from the Monster Energy DreamHack Studios. I'm Shiver, and I'm here with Sir Action, Slacks, and Admiral Bulldog, and we are ready to dissect what these teams have in store for each other. Opening bans are on the way. We got the Slardar removed with the Magnus and the Enigma.
They're thinking about Lifestealer right now, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so too. I think that is the reason why we saw Jimmy clap. Yes, we got the Lifestealer. Let's have an applause for that.
Yeah, I wanted to wait till their headphones were on because I didn't want to freak them out. But what do you even do after that last series? I mean, they first picked Lifestealer, and you can tell they were like, oh yeah, we got this under control. They got all the heroes that they wanted to get in order to counter that, your Oracles, your others. And then he steamrolled them. At this point, I mean, I hope you got something else in your back pocket because that's so scary. Or you could just ban them, for gosh sakes. Do it, Mineski.
Well, you can't get too psyched out, though. Overall, I felt like still Mineski had a better draft last game. They just got a little bit, the lanes were just too weak, right? They just got a little bit snowballed, and so just calm down, pick a little bit stronger lanes. No need to panic here. You can still just ban a Lifestealer, though. That here is just disgusting right now.
Yeah, look at how much bonus time they're using for these first couple of bans. And normally these are the things that you actually prepare and you know kind of what opening you want to go for. But Lifestealer removed.
I don't disagree with that. And you can tell they took their time because, as you were saying, Shiver, they probably thought, yeah, we can counter this, we can work towards it. But at this point, just get rid of it. Too scary. Rubik, first pick on J.Storm.
Yeah, counters everything. Can just take their spells.
Nobody can beat Rubik. He's invincible.
What?
Well, not really. In fact, a lot of people have beaten Rubik this tournament.
Yep.
But I'm over it. I'm over my first pick Rubik in pro game. Anger. I'll just leave it to my pubs to be upset with people that do that. Don't do that in pubs, for God's sakes.
Is it time for some Pangolier again?
Let's see it.
Some Pangolier.
Radiant team pick.
Pango was first phase banned against Mineski previous game, but this time still in the pool and they don't go for it.
Ember Spirit Prophet. A strong start, but a predictable one. Now they know what that strat's going to be, and they're going to probably focus on a lot of catch here on J.Storm, aren't they? Although we did see a Spirit Prophet game where they had 0 catch. They just went and hit towers, and that worked out great.
Yeah, and it's probably support Prophet. I don't think... does Kaipi play it? I mean, I guess he does, but seems like just Pilot Eye is going to protect the Ember in the safe lane if they want to do that. Going to give him a really good lane. Very solid hero, and just pick up the Oracle. It's very good against Ember, because a lot of Ember's damage is his shield, and you can just purge it away. Very sad for him.
Hey, you know, I'm going to have to say this, though. I don't like Oracle and Rubik. We talked about this before, but Rubik does really well when you have other stuns, more lockdown. Oracle and Rubik, both K healers, pretty good. I mean, excuse me, Oracle OK healer, Rubik OK stunner. He typically wants a little bit of all in on that, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm scared. Rubik, Oracle, not the greatest support combo in the world.
It's a little on the passive side. But they did do well on the lanes previously, and perhaps they're just confident on them being able to work that again.
Necrophos.
They offer a decent amount, just do a lot of damage as well. Like sometimes you have 2 supports that do no damage, and you just get kind of scared in team fights. Like Prophet kind of can fall off heavily. He doesn't have a... well, he does, regardless if you support. So, alright, we got Necro banned.
10 seconds remaining.
Still no Pangolier.
Still no Pangolier.
5 seconds.
He's on 4-Ev Pangolier. You should ban it, otherwise you're picking it.
Radiant team ban.
Pretty annoying for Ember as well. It's good in the lane against him. And just all that stun. Seems like these teams are ignoring Coddle as well. They don't like that hero.
Yeah, they have also, neither of them have played it in their game so far.
Do you think that it's too risky to pick Ember Spirit this early, Bulldog? Because a lot of teams kind of leave that for the last pick. They kind of rotate around with that a little bit. I mean, opening up with Ember, aren't there plenty of heroes that can really tear him apart.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a lot of lockdown, it is really hard for him to play, which we've seen a lot of times, but I guess it's just they're really confident with it. They practice it, and they have a player who loves to play it. So you just get it. And when you have the Prophet available as well, you just can guarantee he's going to have a good lane, which is kind of his weakness for a long time, that he has struggles in the lane, he falls behind, and he can't really do what he wants. But with the Prophet, he's going to get that decent lane, or even good, and just going to go ham.
Elder Titan, okay. Sure. That worked out okay last time we saw Elder Titan, right? But I mean, it wasn't amazing. I'm certainly not excited by the pick.
No. And with that Elder Titan pick, so for Mineski, Febby and Paladai both play Elder Titan. For the Nature's Prophet, it's either Paladai or KP that's going to play it. And I feel like this kind of...
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know, it gives it more chance for KP to be the one playing the Prophet. And I'm personally not that big of a fan of a core Prophet.
Yeah.
Shaver.
I'm sorry.
What the hell? I don't like core Prophet.
Monkey King coming.
Oh, Monkey King. Okay. There's a damage dealer coming out here.
Hey, and Prophet with the Sprout, it can really be annoying to Monkey King. So that's already countered.
The Sprout is good for Monkey King because you put the trees and the Monkey can jump on them.
No. You put the trees, which destroys the trees the Monkey King's on.
That's
you're destroying trees with more trees, though.
Yeah, but he will get stunned.
You mean the trees that are alive?
What?
It just spawned the trees. They're live trees.
Yeah, but if Monkey King is sitting in a tree,
yeah,
and you put the Sprout on him, or on the bunch of trees that is there, you'll stun him.
What?
No, Sprout is the circle of trees, Shiver.
Yeah, but if you put the circle of... I mean,
the
spawn
trees
trees. I mean, spawn trees.
That's right, Shiver.
That's two very different stuff. We were arguing.
Come on, you know what I meant.
You're giving me more trees.
You know what I meant. Don't be mean.
All right, let's talk about J.Storm, though, for a sec here. Right? They go for that Ember Spirit early. And where's the lockdown still for J.Storm? You got a Rubik lift, which is garbage. Then you go for a carry like Monkey King. I mean, good luck getting Ember Spirit to stand in that ult for very long.
Yeah.
Does Split Earth still destroy trees as well?
Well, it stops him from being in the trees, at least.
Yeah.
Monkey King. I don't know if it stuns him. Slacks knows that, right?
Absolutely, it does indeed.
Absolutely it does.
It absolutely does do that indeed.
Okay. I'll believe you for now.
Yeah, Monkey King really annoying for Ember in the lane if they want to put him there. Probably not gonna happen though. I mean, this basically makes it so Ember can go mid, which is always open. But Ember versus Monkey mid will be a disaster. And the Lashrock, that should be core, or is it? How are they laning this?
There's the Pango.
They do go for 4 of Pango.
Finally!
Finally, it comes out.
Waiting for that Pango on J.Storm. Make some work. Make some stuff happen.
And that is probably a Rev Pango.
Yeah?
Yeah. They have not won with that yet at this event. Go on.
Pango's a real interesting character these days. I mean, you kind of want a bunch of stuns, you want a bunch of lockdown, but then you got somebody like Pango, who just goes in and insta-bashes and silences potentially on somebody, and then who cares about stuns and lockdown? You just kill the guy. We saw that so many times. So, could work. I don't know.
If you just get a couple levels in the J.Storm, they have decent lockdown now. Like, none of their heroes are super good. The lockdown, but if Ruby gets a couple level with a change to his passive, his lift all of a sudden becomes like 3 seconds or something.
Whoa!
Or even longer. It's not too bad.
3 seconds?
So we're on our way to look for that mid matchup again. I mean, we don't really know where Ember's gonna go. Of course, it could be going either way. But for J.Storm, the Queen of Pain last time definitely fit into the category. We've been talking a lot about what heroes Bryle likes over last when we saw them play. Bryle likes you want to see them on those active heroes. The Queen of Pain fit that perfectly. She might not be the best hero herself, but Bryle makes it work. So the question is, what type of hero, what hero are we going to see for him this time around?
Well, he likes TA, doesn't he? Not the greatest against Lesh and Ember, though, sadly.
Yeah.
What other active heroes are there? You can just go around slaying people. There's Mirana, which is kind of active. I don't know if they play that hero, though. It seems to be an NA hero.
I'm still on the reliable stun train, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
I still want somebody. I'd even put Monkey King mid. Screw it.
You can do that too.
Team pick.
Yeah.
Shadow Fiend is the ban coming out from J.Storm, and we are going for a Death Prophet this time on the side of J.Storm.
I don't know, flashy hero then, just well-rounded. Just can get the towers. You kind of like the tower push and objective taking, so this they probably got annoyed by that hero last game, so they just take it for himself. Seeing this hero being picked a lot recently.
10 seconds remaining.
Mineski with their last pick. They've got a lot of ways to move around. They've got a ton of magical damage. A decent amount of right click coming out too. And they're going to go with the Clinks.
Why didn't you predict that, Slack?
Wow.
The back pocket Clinks.
All right, talk to me about Clinks for a second while we have the time.
Well, he got completely reworked. Before, you always got the Death Pack, the creep, and run around picking people off. That is completely changed now, so you're more of a team fighter with the ultimate. And at start, it was kind of bad, the ultimate. It's been fixed now, so it does insane damage, and people underestimate how much damage it does. So
you're thinking it's a good pick here?
Yeah, if you can just keep them still and they have Ember, just change people, you have them in the ult, and pretty good. I don't mind it.
Who do you think is going to take game 2?
Who's on the Clinks team? Was that
Mineski?
Yeah. I'm feeling Mineski. Sorry, any Dota.
Wow. I like J.Storm on this one. Clinks is a powerful hero, but as Bulldog said, you got to have some lockdown. You got to have them stay in that area. And these heroes that they got on J.Storm, they're pretty wily boys. Although I do hate Rubik. Screw it. All right, well, J.Storm.
I'm thinking that Mineski, if they lose this game, they're out, and they're not gonna take any chances. So this Clinks, it's gonna work. They believe in it, so I will believe in it, and I'm going for Mineski. But let's find out what's gonna happen here in the second game of the series with ODPixel and Gods.
Versus J.Storm, game 2 just about ready to start with myself, ODPixel and Gods. And we're seeing a bit of a new hero, Clinks, being brought into the fray. Moon's going to be the one to be playing it. As the panel said, I mean, Bulldog said he believes in the Clinks. This hero is something that can do a lot of damage in the right situations. But I mean, why are people not playing it? What are the downsides of bringing the Clinks into the game?
You need a player who understands the hero for one thing, and I think the big change to his ultimate, most Clinks players kind of stopped playing it because it changed the hero in a way where he's totally different. As Bulldog mentioned, he's a team fighter now. He's not this like single target pick off burst damage hero like he used to be as much. So I think a lot of people also stopped playing him because the new ultimate was garbage when it was added. They had to buff it a little bit. Now it's a lot better. But very much it was a hero that just got ignored. Moon, though, level 13 on his Dota Plus.
Oh.
So he's a big Clinks player.
Okay, yeah, he's been spamming it.
And that to me is why, you know, that's where Clinks can fit in. If you have a guy that understands how strong the hero is, he plays it a lot, he knows how it works, and it is still very, very viable.
Well, let's see if Moon can have a bit of a better lane than he did in game 1, where he saw him die 3 times in that 1v1 matchup.
Clinks strong laner, and Death Prophet a hero you can kind of outrange and stay away from, so you don't, you know, get too close for that Spirit Siphon, or if she runs at you to Spirit Siphon, you've already gotten her very low. So imagine Moon should fare pretty well here.
We'll see around the runes. J.Storm be able to get over and get the one from Mineski's half the map at the same time. Up top, Mineski are able to get over and take that of J.Storm. So just the 2 for 2. We'll see how the lanes settle up. KP, of course, playing the Caller Shrek at the moment, and he is up top, will be backed up by the Elder Titan, as they'll run the 2 of those against Farev's Pangolier. And once again, J.Storm starting the game with an aggressive tri-lane, bringing the 3 heroes down bottom to make sure that Moon gets the good start on his Monkey King.
Yeah, this Monkey King can cause problems this game if he starts to snowball here. And lane against the Ember could be problematic for Arjit if he's not careful. I imagine we will see that Sleight of Fist built, so probably going to look to play around getting last hits, securing creeps, using Sleight of Fist, and not giving the Jingu to Mu as much as possible.
Obviously, once a couple of levels are there, there's definite kill potential from J.Storm, having these 2 sort of disablers, the telekinesis and the ability to root from March. can certainly hold someone down long enough to get those stacks of Jingu up.
Yep. And yeah, they are tri-lane down here, so they definitely want to try and contest RJ as much as possible. The downside of this is often that your 1v2 Pengo struggles, but Pengo's, you know, doing okay. He's got the at least wave near his tower for now. He's not getting CS, but his lane is not a complete disaster. We're seeing mid, though. Clink's actually not having the best time against this Moon. Went to lane without any regen. It only brought some out after the initial bounty runes were picked up, so he's getting harassed quite heavily. Death Prophet is a very strong laning stage hero.
And obviously with this tri-lane down bottom, it's going to mean that J.Storm are leaving forever on his own up top on the Pangolin. Should he be fighting against these two heroes, or can Mineski kill him?
They shouldn't really be able to kill him if he uses and holds onto his swashbuckler. He only dies if he gets greedy going for some last hits, or, you know, swashbuckles on cooldown and then he gets too close. But theoretically, he gets at least experience out of this lane. The question is, you know, whether or not your aggressive tri-lane actually can win their lane, because right now Ember has 8 last hits despite there being a tri-lane down bottom. And if you're running these tri-lanes and not, you know, convincingly winning the lane, it's a little bit concerning.
All the supports sort of battling against one another. Pi was able to force back March, but then Fear tag teams in to sort of force Pi back. Yep.
And you've boots on Rubik, but that does not allow you to hold your ground, and trade right clicks better with a Blightstone Nature's Prophet. So Nature's Prophet doesn't care about your boots. If you're hitting him, he's hitting you. If you're running away, well, he won't chase you.
We'll have the creep wave moving back into a more favorable position, J.Storm.
Yep.
They'll do their best to play around here, try and disrupt any sort of pulling being made by Mineski.
Yeah, nice move by March. Puts the sentry there to block the stack from happening and make sure that the Ember doesn't get that pull, because the lane is pushed up very deep here, so they need to find a way to pull the lane back, and that big camp is something that Radeon always looks to take advantage of in these kind of difficult safe lane matchups.
And Forever up top, as we say, being alone, he has managed to find 7 CS so far. Still, there will be the KP less.
Use the swashbuckle.
No trouble farming and jerseys. At any time he's used that, has to keep his distance, cannot afford to stand close to the creep wavers.
Yep. Tried to run at him to punish him, but he was in a good enough position. It's really this kind of cat and mouse game where Forever is going to be constantly trying to use swashbuckle to get a last hit or two, and then Mineski's going to try to punish.
Moose actually able to walk down Arjit and gets the 4 hits off. Just even without the disable at the start, just able to hit Arjit the 4 times. So sure, the disable comes in to make sure that he can get the first blood onto Pi. But Arjit has to be careful against this Monkey King. Allowing him to get that buff up will mean that Pylai Die is going to be the one that feels the pain.
Yep. Good start to the aggressive tri-lane down bottom. Even though the Ember was getting some CS out of this lane, you've claimed a first blood now, and with a few more levels, this should start to swing more and more into J.Storm's favor. See mid lane, still very Death Prophet favored, CS-wise and the denies.
Again, bottom?
Yeah.
You get the slam down onto Arjit.
That's fine though, it's kind of just free couple hundred health regen. He gets the Jingu, gets some harass out of that, so he is a bit low in regen here, and the courier often being just, you know, occupied in the mid lane, so using some mana to regen some health there, well worth it, and Boundless Strike already back up.
We have to get some of the wave denied here to the camp.
Nice steal from
Moon.
Another Boundless Strike being used just to try to secure some of these last hits.
And we'll get a good few of just the smaller ones at least. As we're going to see 2 for J.Storm and 2 for Mineski.
Yep. So as it stands, small edge for J.Storm with the first blood and the slight laning stage advantage, particularly with the mid lane going the way of the Death Prophet.
Yeah, and this bottom, 31 for 10 against the 18 for 1.
Yep. But it is a slightly similar story up top. The problem is, it's like, you know, the hero doing well, winning their lane on Mineski's side is your 3-position Leshrac beating, you know, out-farming the 3-position Pengo, because it's 2v1. But as far as carries go, it's your, you know, a carry on Mineski's side, Ember, who's having a rough lane.
And to see March come around towards the mid lane, but Pylai Die has eyes on him. Trance out, and also Febby there by Moon's side. This time you can already see sort of Mineski adapting to how last game went. They want to make sure that Moon doesn't end up dying time and time again in the early 10 minutes of the match. And this time they're very reactionary and ready to keep keep him safe if anyone tries to make a play on him. Actually in the river though, Febby gets found out by Brian and Marks. They'll look to run him down. They've got the nukes to bring him out. And that'll be Febby dead.
Yep. And his bottom lane is really tough for Arjit now. He's kind of out of mana. Monkey's been continuously supported here, even with Nature's Prophet coming back into lane. This feels like a very dangerous lane for everyone to be in. And this double Wraith Band, very aggressive item build coming out of Monkey King to try and punish even further the matchup.
KP up top, just get the run down with the Diabolic Edict, get the stun up onto Forev, that will be a kill.
Yep. Nice chase down, landing that stun. That's a solo kill, so KP making the right moves there. It's like Pango just got a little bit greedy, perhaps recognizing the supports have rotated off the lane, and that's where sometimes you do feel like, okay, I can get a bit more, but Leshrac level 6 with Pulse Nova has a lot of kill potential in a lane like that. And KP will be going for that fast Rod of Atos.
Mid lane. Do get the stomp onto Bra, but no real way to get back behind the tower. In fact, Bra does have backup. Fears there with the telekinesis onto the Elder Titan. Febby being chased by Bra. He's got one more crit swarm, not quite enough to kill him, bro. As Febby will survive.
Very, very close. Those stick charges barely keeping him alive.
And it almost feels like they, sure, we're seeing Mineski doing a lot to help get that mid in a bit of a better position, but it is, this bottom lane, it's a slow start for Arjit. Yep. He's being left alone on the Ember, and it's not an easy lane against this Monkey King. Towards the mid, the ult being used in an attempt to find Fear. Piloto's going to TP in, but Fear's already out of there. Now with the wraparound Brawl, he's going to commit with the Exorcism. Has the Siphon, stealing the life of Moon, and that's going to be Moon dead. Piloto has to go for the TP out, will manage to make it away. Brawl taking a fair bit of damage here from the army, but will be able to quickly take them out of it, as that was Mineski trying to make this aggressive play, but Brawl able to easily walk in with the Exorcism. As Mineski, they have to be careful about how they step forward, especially when it was only an attempt onto a Rubik's life. Yeah,
that's a big punish. Death Prophet getting the kill. Great use of the first Exorcism. Will get some tower damage as well. He doesn't mind taking damage because he will heal up as soon as that Exorcism wears off. And the Klink's ultimate even giving him some extra gold. He gets 20 gold per little skeleton. I think he got at least 3 of them, so more money in the bank for Brawl, who's having a great series so far. His game 1 was absolutely fantastic, and once again in that mid matchup, getting the better of Moon.
Yeah, KP's going to be the one that, as we see, has had by far the greatest start for Mineski. They're going to need him to make a lot of moves around the map, and already doing his job up top. 8 minutes in, he's able to clear up the tier 1 tower with that Diabolic Edict push, and pretty much has the money for the Rod of Atos coming in very shortly. Does hit the stun straight up onto Forev, but Forev still with the swashbuckle will manage to get out of there. So we'll see what sort of moves KP starts to make, as he is the driving force this game as the Lesh.
That's a crazy amount of farm. We're looking at 9-minute Rod of Atos for KP. Very, very dangerous. He can start making moves around the map, catching heroes like the Pango. You may even want to rotate to that Monkey King's lane. Oh, and Forev. She's the swashbuckle, but Mineski weren't quite able to punish him for it that time. He'd be kind of baiting up there. It's just the Pango for now. J.Storm would much rather play around this bottom side of the map. They have allocated now the mid lane for Fear. They want their supports to start eyeing off that level 6, and Fear, with 10-minute mark approaching, even with that book, will not quite hit level 6 with where he's at right now, so. Super fortified. Like you can. So J.Storm can at least get a deny of the tower. I'll try, but they won't get it. Moon is able to claim the final touch, get that extra bit of gold. I like this. KP with the Atos immediately picks up a smoke. Knows that, he is incredibly strong right now. No one can really escape his Atos split earth gank, so if he can find a connection on one of these key heroes like the Monkey King, this is very dangerous. But fair with that. What a fortunate rune. That is so impactful. Because this was such a big move, and now KP, he's in potential trouble. They're going to pop the Exorcism, and with that, they'll easily have the damage to take him down. That was... that would have been the big move for Mineski, using this powerful Leshrac with this great Atos timing to get something done. But lo and behold, Fear being there with the Invis rune puts an end to any potential positive outcomes from that play for Mineski, as now, with the Exorcism not only getting the kill onto KP, they'll be able to take a tier 1 tower as well by the looks of it. Mineski, though, they are still trying to fight this. Leshrac is back in 1 second. He'll be TPing bottom, I imagine. Forev's got the Rolling Thunder. In fact, he's going to be the one
to diving into the tower. RG taking a lot of damage here. He has got the sleight of fist to dodge the bounce back with the Rolling Thunder, but with the Wukong's command down, they've lost the Elder Time, they've lost Pilot Eye on the Nature's Prophet. The tower's down. RG still trying to poke with the steering change. Forev being focused by KP as he'll run him down with the Diabolic Edict. They'll get a kill, but Mineski lose 2 heroes and the tier 1 tower.
Yeah. And they had to commit their entire team down there just to get the 1 kill on the Pango. And the second, Leshrac TP's down there after respawning. Yeah, you get that 1 kill on Pango for it, but J.Storm's already swinging to the mid lane and the top lane. And suddenly Leshrac's down there with Ember, and your KP's like, well, we've defended, they backed off, now I got to go somewhere else on the map. So it's not a very efficient play coming out of Mineski. And unfortunately for them, I mean, it's such an unlucky invis rune that for them that Rubik picks up, because that would have been a great way. A surprise Atos comes out, you initiate on Monkey King, you burst him down at the tier 1 tower while your team TP's in. That would have been like a 3-0 Mineski team fight win, I think. But
and it wouldn't have been losing that tier 1 tower.
Absolutely.
If you were able to pull off that play.
But that's how Dota works sometimes, and J.Storm are going to be smiling about that one.
Well, try for Moo. They do get the lockdown with the Atos into the stuns. Moo misses the boundless strike as well. That'll be a dead Monkey King.
Yeah, I mean, Mineski understand KP needs to get involved. It was a secondary smoke usage. The one bottom didn't work. This time around, they smoke all the way from bottom to top. And I talked about KP TPing in bottom and not having anywhere to go. That's why he's like, well, I got to get out of this lane. This is Ember's lane. I'm going to just run across the entire map with my support smoked up and chase this Monkey King down. Leshrac is the hero that can cause Monkey all kinds of problems at this stage of the game.
Yeah, Moo, of course, getting that preferential treatment in the laning stage, being part of that tri-lane. They get him into a good place. But yeah, if KP can continue to just catch him out, that will slow down sort of the big, powerful core that J.Storm have at the moment. Brawl isn't going to get hit by the Echo Stomp, and in fact, J.Storm, they're ready to chase as KP's being followed by the Rolling Thunder. Trap comes in, bursting fear down low, the Earthsplit, and not enough to catch out Brawl. As J.Storm will be able to avoid losing anyone there to Mineski's attempt to make a play around the tier 2.
Yep, great job by KP, juking the Rolling Thunder. A Pango player himself, he understood kind of how to position and run up that ramp so that the Pango couldn't bounce onto him. If he got hit by that stun once more, it would have been his death. And as the leading net worth hero, that is a big kill if J.Storm can get it. In the end, J.Storm rotate in and don't find any kills, and they are trailing about 1,000 gold right now. Argent has managed to maintain some decent farm and item progression despite the pressure on him in that trial lane.
Still 1k lead at the moment from Mineski. They'll be able to keep the pressure on down bottom. Pilot Eye straight in with the Treants, pressuring this tier 1. Brawl and March are heading down. Nature's Wrath will give up that they spot out Brawl, and Pilot Eye's already TPing away. Doesn't want to be caught out, and he won't be. He's able to be out there before any potential boundless strike comes out from Moo.
Job done. I mean, his job, he wasn't expecting a tower. He was hoping for TP rotations, and he got them. That gives the whole Mineski side a lot of info. They now know where J.Storm are on the map. They know some of these TPs are on cooldown, and as a result, they can play a lot more aggressive around this middle and top side of the map. Can they catch the Pango? That is going to be the big question here. Leshrac is nearby with an Atos.
Forev's got to be careful about getting baited in. Doesn't look like it'll fall for it. Mid lane J.Storm, they're pushing once again with the Exorcism. And that stolen Diabolic Edict, Fear able to add that extra bit of damage onto the tower. Mineski, I've got 3 heroes here trying to do something in reaction. So doesn't look like they'll be able to do it before the tower falls. As J.Storm get the tower, Brawl's going to TP out. See up top lane. Brawl, the remainder of that Exorcism will be able to push Pilot Eye and KP back.
Yeah, he doesn't have much left on it, but the good news with TPing in with not much left on it is that you're going to be healing up very soon. So he can take that Leshrac damage and then heal himself back up as bounty runes are spawning, and it does look like it's going to be a slight menace. No, it's going to be 2 apiece. No, 3-1. J.Storm actually able to sneak in the enemy side, so J.Storm get themselves a few more bounty runes.
Or Moon, he steps in, but the sentry's down. Fear and Moo prepared.
Pretty common sentry place, and Moon just getting a bit too ambitious and bold with some of his rotations around the map there, running into those heroes of the bounty rune, hoping to snag it for himself.
And interestingly, the build at the moment that Moo has queued up, he has got that Battle Fury that he's going to be looking to build towards after the Echo Saber on the Monkey King. Help him deal with the deep push, able to clear out the treants and the waves, and of course keep him in this position where he'll be expecting to stay at the top of the network, have this farming potential that's going to be very hard for heroes like this Ember, Clinkz and Lesh to catch up and keep on pace with, unless Mineski are consistently finding objectives and kills.
I'm a little bit surprised to see this. I don't think it's bad by any means. He is like the hero, the team's main scaling right-click physical damage. And they will have some pushing issues, but you know, Monkey King spells clear waves pretty effectively, but I think Moo just decided, you know, we need a hero that's going to scale a bit better in the late game, and they don't trust in their ability to, you know, end this game fast. Mineski, we saw last game able to drag the game out, and I think that's where J.Storm's like, well, if they're going to drag another game out, may as well get a Battle Fury on Monkey King.
That's Moo. In the trees, I mean, down bottom, you will see the Ember. The two aware of one another. Mid lane, Forever, he tries to get the Rolling Thunder off to go for Pi, but he can't do so in time. The physical damage from Moon, enough to kill off the Pango before he can make any sort of further play. Moo, continue to be careful down bottom. He's got a fair bit of money saved up, that 1800 gold. Does want to try and get that Demon Edge bought out before he is in sort of a risky position. In fact, he's going to jump in onto RJ. RJ, of course, more than prepared with the Remnant out.
Yep, just trying to scare him off the lane. And then we'll see him immediately bounce around the trees. The second you show on the map as Monkey, you've got to assume there's going to be heroes maybe running towards you, since you are one of those big prized kills. But Monkey has now overtaken Leshrac in terms of farm. KP trying to give a bit more space to the Ember as well as Clinkz on the team and go for some of these kills, but the end result is that there has been a little bit of a fall off for him. See what J.Storm's next big move is going to be. I think that Pengo ultimate does give them some ways to take a team fight if they so choose, but I haven't really seen that be their priority. Both teams just trying to play kind of more the efficient farming game, play the lanes, shove lanes, farm jungle, and focus on just one side of the map while giving up the other side to the other team.
I'm going to see if they can find Pi.
Yep.
Forever rolls in, Pi. Just go straight and walk up to the north. Let's go for the Cell Sprout, but with the bounce is continuing, Pi ain't getting out.
Jukes the initial roll, but you know, this wasn't really a good escape for him anyways. Kind of his role is historically been the case, Pilot Eye, playing that selfless support, dying for the cause a bit, trying to push out farm in the risky lane where it's like, well, you know, no one, my team's going to be here anyway, so I might get some farm, and if I die, not a big deal.
And there's not really a better hero to do that on than the Prophet. You know, every time he's up, he's just instantly going to be able to get out there in a position where none of the other teammates can get to.
Nope.
Let's move. He's got his eyes on KP. And he's going to jump down, browse down the side as well with the Siphon in the back. And the strike, KP's gone. Can't get a single spell out.
Yep. This Monkey now has all these levels. There's a lot of damage, and they're not done.
They're going to find a second. It's Febby. Run down by Forev. 2 kills for J.Storm, picked up. And I mean, at this pace of game, 19 minutes in 10-4, where it's very even, you've got to look towards the Monkey King. And with that Battle Fury coming online very, very soon, J.Storm are going to be pretty happy with the position that they're in. Yeah.
I mean, the fact they've got all these different hero killing combos. It's the 2 cores, the Death Prophet and the Monkey King who kill off the Leshrac, and then it's the Pengo who has a solo kill potential because of this Javelin of his. He just does so much damage with the Swashbuckle that he's able to kill an ET. So there's so many kill threats coming out of the J.Storm side, and they're doing all of this without even having to use Exorcism. So they can make these rotations now to maybe try and focus getting some towers.
Another time down bottom, Pi tries to go for the solo pushing, and he will get quickly dispatched off.
Yeah, as much as it's kind of his role at times, the deaths do add up in some way. No, unfortunately, will not get that bounty rune. He was hoping to make a play for it, but realized it was a little bit too dangerous. Very quiet game for the Clinkz so far.
I was going to say, it slowed down a lot for Moon. He's not been finding too much.
He's, 0-2-2. He hasn't really been in the action at all, so to speak. Has the basic medallion into Dragonlance items, does a lot of single target physical damage with this
top. They find KP this time. They get the jump out, and on the way back, he's not going to be able to run away from these 3, Forev, Briar, and Moo.
Yeah, it's been really tough for KP. Just feels like wherever he goes to farm or push out the lane, he's kind of on his own, and Clinkz isn't able to fight. Somebody needs like a BKB or something kind of early if you want to fight, it feels like. Until Klinks has that.
They're hunting.
Oh, they clipped him.
They did. They got him with the dust. He's trying his best to run Moon. There's the boneless strike from Moo, allowing them to have that little bit of lockdown to buy time for Fear to come in with the telekinesis. Up in the air goes Febby as he'll get sucked down by the Siphon. Tries to get a stomp off, but the silence there as well. J.Storm pick up 3 more kills. They'll now head towards the Roshan pit. As this game, it's being played at a pace that doesn't seem to do much for Mineski's heroes. The fact that J.Storm are being able to control the way that this game has played out in the first 20 minutes has meant that they just have a much greater outlook as this game goes on.
And J.Storm's making better map movements. That's really what we're seeing here. Their rotations are absolutely fantastic. They're not overcommitting too many resources anywhere. They're, sending just enough heroes to the right lane to find these.
Not yet. He walks into the river. He didn't expect them to be there. The whole team just collapses onto him.
Mineski's kind of crumbling. They're just falling apart. One by one, they're getting picked. We've seen KP die back-to-back in the top lane. We've seen support gets picked off. The Klinks got chased down after being clipped by a dust. No one on this Mineski team has really stepped up and said, look, guys, we need to do this, or we need to make this move. Like, other than those 2 smoke ganks that we saw from the Leshrac, which were both good moves, after that, Mineski have been dead quiet. It just feels like they lack a leader or a voice to, get everyone on the same page right now. Moon's running around alone as a Klinks. He has no kill potential. As a solo Klinks, you can't play alone. This isn't like the old school Klinks with Deathpack playing a pub game. And even that old school Klinks, you couldn't play that style in pro games either. Mineski need to be more on the same page right now.
And now it's really going to hurt them. The fact that Moo has the Battle Fury complete 22 minutes and, it's not like a Battle Fury rush. He has that phase Echo Saber and double Wraith Bands. So he's got this great combination of being able to farm and being able to fight. He can pretty much deal with whatever Mineski sends at him. Unless he gets caught out alone, does have the Aegis though, and by the tower, there would definitely be a reaction from J.Storm. So again, just very hard for Mineski to do anything. Moon's under a sentry.
He may go fight with this Aegis. He's got some backup, but I don't know if it's enough. He needs a few more heroes who are still at Fountain. The Pangolier is walking his way out to the lane.
I mean, what do Mineski do? I mean, what is the thing that their lineup can achieve at this point?
Their playmaker is still this Leshrac with the Atos. They need to play around that better. Seeing KP, like the 2 deaths were when he went to push out a lane. As much as your Leshrac is the most farmed and is one of the best heroes you have on your team at pushing out lanes, you need to use Leshrac more as a playmaker. Nice dodge by Moo.
Another Yule's up into the air, but AP's going to get surrounded. Jumping in, Frev has the Rolling Thunder to lead in onto the Leshrac. Boundless strike down onto the 2 of them. That's going to be KP dead. And now with the BKB, Brawl moves on to another. They got the vision on Moon. Moon bursted down. 2 cores dead on Mineski. And Moo's not done yet. Pounces forward with the Primal Spring. Looks to get on top of Febby. Telekinesis from Fear holds down the Elder Titan as J.Storm continuing to win fight after fight. Rev still alive. Sleight of Fist and Jace does come out. And with the Remnant, RG will be able to pick up a second. But back deep on the half of Mineski's map, J.Storm just chased down another. Moo with the double kill. This Monkey King getting well and truly out of control.
Yep. I can imagine Death Prophet thought that was going to be an easy survive with the False Promise. Normally Death Prophet's one of those heroes that gets tons of heals during it because you've got Spirit Siphon and the Purifying Flames. But he actually lost health and got down pretty low. But J.Storm come out convincingly on top, even though Ajit gets a couple of backline kills. Kills off March and then chases down the Pengo, who couldn't quite get off another swashbuckle, but a 4-for-2 trade, and more importantly, J.Storm just with a lot of map control right now.
Yeah, it just seems the way that J.Storm's been addressing these games has been ideal. The way that they know if they give Moo this great start, he is absolutely this consistent player they can rely on. Wukon's command's going to get laid down towards the mid. They've got the trap onto KP. Mech's going to be popped, but it's not going to be enough to keep KP safe, as KP will fall once again. Another kill for J.Storm, another kill for Moo, as this Monkey King just continues to go from success to success. A silence onto Arjit. He's not getting out either, or is he? No, he cannot. More glory for Moo's Monkey King. Ferev's also found a catch elsewhere. Rolling Thunder in. They've got vision on Pi. He'll pop down a Sprout. And you get away from this one. A Root's going to be flying his way, as well as a Swashbuckle and Moo. He wants the glory, and he'll get it. 8-1 and 8. Honestly, the games we've seen from J.Storm, Moo, he's back on this level of performance that we saw in the past, sort of that DC era at TI. This is Moo at his best.
Yeah, Moo is looking fantastic this tournament. What we've seen him since the group stage, J.Storm, they had a rough group stage. They finished last in their group. They, I think, only won 1 game out of 5 that they play. And this J.Storm here in the lower bracket has been fantastic, crushing their best of 1 against Na'Vi, and right now looking very convincing in this game too. And unlike game 1 where they had this big lead and were kind of snowballing, there isn't really the best comeback potential in Mineski's draft. There was a Morphling who didn't have good answers in game 1. This time around, Clinks isn't that scary comeback carry. Ember Spirit, he's a good high ground defender, but he's not this hero that's going to scale and necessarily carry the game the same way a Morphling does.
And I mean, I really don't know about this Ember Spirit hero. I feel like we've seen this hero suffer so many times in these games. It feels like one of those heroes that pros are valuing a little more than maybe it's worth. As I can't remember the more recent games, it's just been Ember Spirit losing.
Great glyph. They keep their siege creep alive. They want to go back in. Brile did take a lot of damage, though.
With the use of dodging the boundless trap of Brile's now committing with the BKB, just forcing Mineski back away from the Raxes. Forev goes in with the Rolling Thunder, bouncing around the 3 of them. Shield crash and a swashbuckle down onto Pylai Die. Forev is falling a little low, starting to tank the towers, but he has that damage resistance from the shield crash. Moo's going to lay down the Wufon's command, secure this area, make sure that they can take this melee Rax away.
Can be close.
Moo should have it. The question is if Mineski can make them pay in terms of lives. Moo though, boundless strike straight out onto Moon. Moon on the front lines, he's just dead. The Clicks is gone. They'll TP in, they do have to stun follow up, but there's the false promise, keeping Moo safe and good to go. They have lost 2 on J.Storm. So the other 3 of them can get out. Brile goes for the TP out behind the tree, and Moo will be able to jump away. So sure, J.Storm, they lose a couple of heroes, but they got the job done. They get that melee Rax.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Getting our melee Rax at this stage of the game. I mean, we're not that early on in the game. We're at 27 minutes in, but it's a lot of pressure now. That bottom lane is going to be continuously pushing out. And again, this one hero, it's really the Lesh is their main lane deep push, but he's also their initiating playmaker. So Leshric doesn't want to be showing on the map to push these lanes, but kind of has to be. And J.Storm will now be poised to perhaps secure the next Roshan with that lane pressure down bottom. If they just spend the next few minutes, you know, getting some map presence, pushing out both mid and top lane, get some wards down, they'll set themselves up in a position to find more pickoffs, to take next Roshan, and it's up to Mineski to find some way to stop that from happening. They just need to get some of these heroes in the game. Clink specifically has been an absolute non-factor. This was their last pick, their X-Factor hero that they thought was going to be, you know, like a gotcha kind of pick, and Moon 0-5 has been invisible this game.
At this rate, it is going to be their last pick here at the Major. As this game too, not looking great for Mineski, is J.Storm. 23-8, 5k up a melee Rax as well. As you say, it's going to take some sort of epic swing around for Mineski to hold on to this one. RJ on the Ember Spirit, it's a hero that is so much harder to do than compared to the Morphling that he was on in game 1, where we did see that chance for Mineski to hold on to the game.
Mineski going to be giving up this top lane, which the problem is these towers will lose you a lot of control over this area of the map around Roshan, prioritizing the shrine as well, making it even harder for Mineski to contest this Roshan. And if J.Storm get it, that's Aegis and Cheese this time around. And that could spell Mineski's demise. The team fight just isn't really there with these heroes. ET pretty good at contesting the pit, but I'd say even better is like this Monkey Pengo plus Death Prophet. J.Storm just have the better team fight, the better Roche taking potential, and they're also just out farming Mineski right now.
It just looks so hard for Mineski to do anything from this standpoint.
Yeah, they've got this BKB now, so they're very much saying, you know, we need to get items that allow us to team fight now. Ember doesn't want to die because he gets hit by a Lucky Shot silence or a Death Prophet silence, and he wants to be ready to contest this Roshan, it seems.
Oh, would you? Very lucky that a silence didn't proc there.
Yeah, but KP, he's not going to be so lucky. He gets caught out. Reeves will keep him alive a little bit longer, but it has been a recurring theme of this game that KP, despite dominating his lane, he got a solo kill in 4 very early on with his early level 6, got a 9-minute ATOS or something, and then instantly has started to fall off. He died bottom, smoke going for a smoke, and then got 1 successful gank, but he's died like 5 or so times back to back in this top lane.
Oh, it's just a little bit of an awkward game to see because they just haven't done anything.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, you can talk about the Clinks not having an impact, you can talk about Leshrac.
It's everybody.
Just dying repeatedly, the Ember just quietly farming while also not having much of an impact. Pilot, you know, we're like, well, it's his job, scout some heroes while he split pushes the lane, but end of the day, that's just, you know, another 5 or 6 deaths on the Nature's Prophet to no avail. He's not really creating space, because the heroes he's creating space for are also dying, or they're not farming. They're not having an impact, so nobody on Mineski's side is really doing anything, like you said.
And now Moo's going to have the BKB complete, and it is that point again where J.Storm, they can just walk up high ground, pop BKB, pop Wukong's command and exorcism, and it just doesn't look like there's the numbers or anything from Mineski that can push back some sort of siege like that at this point.
And it was a very fast Roche respawn. J.Storm, I don't think, have even scattered it out just yet. Perhaps they'll be caught by surprise by how quick it was, but before they go for another high ground push, they very likely will either go for Roshan or have to get a big pick off, which is what they were kind of eyeing off. That's why they're staying around. Playing around their wards, they know that this cliff that they're standing by is just so important to them. They'd rather not have to play the bottom side of the map as much, but at some point you have to deal with Pilot Ice split push, and that's what 4F's job is for.
Usually able to do so with that Maelstrom. Swashbuckle and a shield crash clears out the full wave every time.
And the rest of the heroes, though, continue to play around this ward that they've got. Such an important part of the map when you're on the dire side trying to secure that next Roshan. I believe have scouted out Roshan now, but with 2 heroes still down bottom dealing with the split push, that's Mineski's way to just buy themselves some time to drag out this game. But as mentioned, without the morphling of game 1, it kind of begs the question, what exactly are they dragging it out for? Ajit does have a decent chunk of money after finishing his BKB, but he's going to need a few more big items, as will the Clinks, it feels like, to really turn this game around.
I mean, when it comes to high ground defense, it's not even like Mineski has some sort of crazy hold, really, is it?
Not really. It's a little annoying when, like, the Clink's ultimate can be a very strong team fighting, high ground defending tool, but if anything, J.Storm can just disengage and then reset. I think Mineski's way of defending high ground is what we're seeing here. It's split push. You know, keep this bottom lane shoved out, and it's very... Right now, J.Storm is showing that they're not really willing to hard commit in the top lane because they don't want to, you know, trade for bottom. Whereas like Clinks and Leshrac can actually split push very fast with Edict and Strafe. Here's the Roshan. Brawl doesn't even need to use the Exorcism, so... They've been trying to catch this Pengo for so long. This is so much wasted time, and 4F playing a fantastic game. He understands what's going on. He doesn't see these key heroes on the map that can kill him. He has not been caught out, and probably true to the caster curse, may just go ahead and get caught out now. No, he knows. He's just staying back, on point. One more swashbuckle, and KP's just sitting there hoping he pokes his nose too far forward, but it's not happening.
A move after the BKBs, now got 2,700 gold build up, has the Aegis.
Yep.
He's, you know, he's got a load of different ways he can build now. I mean, it kind of feels like it doesn't really matter. He's that far ahead as it is.
Oh, 4F, he's been caught now. Pushed his luck a little bit too much. They used the Clink's ultimate. That's a big, big commitment, and I like what Pengo did by. He got the boots of travel. I was thinking, like, he's stuck at this bot lane constantly defending. Somebody needs boots of travel to be able to defend and get back into the team fight up top, so a good item pickup for him. And if his team do want to push high ground up here, he can TP in.
I've seen Brawl being focused first, but there's the reaction from Freya. Has the telekinesis onto Moon, drags him down to the low ground. He's been slept by this stolen Echo Stomp, and Moon, he's dead.
I mean, without Clink's ult, they just lack so much damage here. It makes this high ground defense so much harder. They're pushing high ground 4v5.
With the Exorcism they can, and with how strong Moo is, they don't have to feel too scared. A little bit of damage onto Brawl, but he's pretty beefy at the moment, this Death Prophet. The amount of armor and mischance that he's sporting, they do manage to catch him out with the stun.
Has a cheese-up.
And it's getting held in place, but there's the false promise, and now he's back up with the Cypher now onto the 2 of them, chasing down Febby. On the back, though, Arjun will be able to commit with the BKB, get the kill onto March. So they can kill off Brawl. He's back up to full HP. Moose still has the Wukong's command available. They manage to get the Rue out onto the Ember Spirit. Ember falling low. Arjun slides up to the high ground, has another remnant to get away. They'll turn their attention towards Febby as Febby gets smacked down by the Monkey King. Febby dead on the Elder Titan. They do lose Fear, J.Storm, but Ferez ready to jump forward, chasing down KP with the Rolling Thunder. KP has the Ghost Scepter, yours up to dodge the Rolling Thunder, but moves ready and waiting for him as he comes back down, as that'll be a dead Leshrac. Buyback comes out from Febby.
Yeah, I think they may just want to wait the next Exorcism now. They've still got some time on this Aegis, so they're not in a huge rush. Next Exorcism will they'll still have an Aegis. They won't have the cheese that was popped during that false promise to keep the Death Prophet alive, and Mineski do hold. That's the important thing for them here, but it does feel like a fairly expensive one with those buybacks being expended. Uh-oh, Moon. Dusted up. Uh-oh, and here's Monkey King.
Yep. Forever providing the vision. Moo should be able to provide the damage as Moon will fall. Moo godlike on his Monkey King. 10, 1, and 12 this game.
Yep. He is being quite the stand-up player here as J.Storm just go from victory to victory across the map. They are so close to taking this series. A very tight game one, but Mineski, they're showing some resilience with the high ground defense, but much less comeback promise this time around, and they're really going to need a hell of a hold here. Klinks' ultimate's still on cooldown, and J.Storm, they've got that Exorcism soon. It's coming up in just a couple of seconds, so...
Oh, they you know, Archer's picked up the Radiance on the Ember Spirit, but it's just so many games where it feels very underwhelming when you get it at this later time. 37 minutes in, BKBs are out. Already the cores are very beefy. You've got to sort of ask yourself, how much is this Radiance actually going to offer you at this stage? That's Rev. Toys around the idea of Rolling Thunder. The Exorcism out onto the tower. They'll try and focus the Death Prophet, but J.Storm can just push him with Brawl on the front lines. This very hard target for Mineski to go in upon. They've got the control looking for Arjit, but Arjit able to get the BKB off. Fortification now being used by Mineski. Arjit steps forward. He does manage to get the root off onto the Monkey King move.
He's got an Aegis though, so he's not the best target to go on.
And has the Balance Strike as well if he wants to use it to heal himself back up whilst the Chingu is active. They'll look for the meteor hammer to come down onto the Monkey King. They'll kill him off the once. But now the Hex there, out, and Brawl backed up by the false promise from March. BKB popped as well by Brawl.
They've got to back off. Exorcism is down, Aegis is lost. They get a tier 3 tower, the chase is on. This is it for Mineski. Can they punish this?
They need to find something huge here, Mineski, if they want a chance of turning this one around. But the Wukong's command is down. KP used up for a little bit of time, but he'll come back down. Can he get himself away? Held in place by the root. The swashbuckle off the mark. Moo jumps forward with the BKB. 2 more slaps, and KP's dead and down. Archie does get March in return. Buyback from KP. So they can find anything more. They've got the vision onto the Click. Spear with the telekinesis. Holds Moon in place. Drags him back, but the Echo Stomp is out. They're holding him down, and now they can turn. They've killed him forever.
I just took a lot of damage.
Moo's dead on Clicks. Can Mineski get more? They've got the control onto Moo. They surround the Monkey King. Moo, he's in trouble. He's dead. Mineski.
Arjit, with his BKBs, once they wear off, his Radiance...
Are they actually doing it? They've got 3 dead without buyback.
Wow,
He's actually doing it.
Mineski, I mean, it's not really the hard carry you'd expect, but Arjit, you know, a long drawn-out fight is where an Ember can shine.
I guess with that raid, it did work off, as you say.
And they push fast, you know. This is troublesome.
They've got a buyback on Moo, but no buybacks available on the other 3 of J.Storm, Mineski.
And Moo does not have his ultimate for I think 30 seconds or so. Even though he buys back, he can't really fend this one. They're going to get the least immediately around. Wow, what a turnaround.
Where J.Storm...
They hung around too long. You know, that Earth Splitter, Febby with the high ground defense, that stun into Earth Splitter, he kills the Aegis, which is nice, and he also forces out the false promise. So once those big things have been used, you can chase and you can gun for more. You know, BKBs are going down. They kite around the Wukong's command very well. Yes, KP dies, but he forces Moo to overcommit, and at that point, the turnaround and potential of an Ember Spirit, he's going to punish anytime you overextend because of just how good he is at chasing you down.
Maybe, just maybe, Arjit could do it this game. He tried so hard in game 1 on his morph. Yep. We said it, you know, I'd still agree. It is harder for him this game on the Ember Spirit, but maybe he can still do it. Spy is looking for Forev, but Forev with the Rolling Thunder, well, so he'll be able to get away. There's a lot of Mineski down here. That Forev's going to roll back, looking towards Febby. As he's going in on this, moves there with backup, as they will find Febby. Febby will fall. You can see Fear ready. He's got the gun ready to blow with, as he has the E-Blade. He's ready to nuke some people down.
It's unexpected pickup, but makes, I mean, the Ghost Scepter makes sense, absolutely. And then he's probably just said, well, let's just upgrade it. I can save a teammate, not just myself with it now. If someone's getting stunned and gone on, the E-Blade to protect against the Clinks. And also, like you say, the offensive potential of this item is pretty nice as well. So, see how things unravel here as J.Storm immediately go aggressive. Posture on the enemy side of the map. Pen goes top, but he's got the boots to travel, so can always TP back in to join up with the team. Looks like they really want to try break high ground with Exorcism, but are they pushing their luck a little bit too far?
Just got the Shiva's Guard now completed as well on top of the Radeon. So he has the potential to stay alive, keep the fights going and drawn out. Already though, the jump's going to be in. They commit with the Hex. Can they do anything to get them off? KP's falling low. Can he get out of this? He'll go up in the air. 4S falling down, but the huge Wukong's command comes out from Moo. Pi Lai Dai run down by Brian. Pi will fall. 3 dead on Mineski. They'll buy back on the Nature's Prophet. Marge gets run down from Arjit. All eyes on Arjit at the moment for Mineski, but he's been silenced. Arjit is dead. He does not have buyback, as well as KP being down for 100 seconds. Moon gets boundless strike by Moo. All 3 cores dead without buyback. J.Storm have the Exorcism still going. They'll move to mid lane, take the racks, and almost certainly look for more as they've got a huge window to work with now to close this game now.
Yeah, Monkey King having that level 25 talent, that extra big command ring, and more importantly, the hero that helped Mineski win the last fight, Leshrak, by running in and dying, he won them that last fight with his buyback, but this time around, no buyback. He still has to run in and start the fight. He has to soak up the attention so Clinks gets ignored and Ember can kind of just do his thing just on the edge of the fight, cleaning up all these low health heroes, waiting out the BKBs, but with KP not having buyback, suddenly you can't actually win this team fight in.
That's the Megas.
Down Megas, potential Roshan to fall back to as well, which is a refresher shot as well, and
you can see the smiles there as well.
Yeah, J.Storm probably could have gone for the throne, but you know, this is a match that will get you into the top 8 of a major, potentially, you know, if you do well enough here, you're going to TI, so they're not messing around. They'll take the Megas and take Roshan and play this one as safe as possible.
And Mineski pretty much down to that final chance to hold and turn things. You see that on the net worth, that was that first initial turn, that big bump, but J.Storm have got everything back on track now.
Yeah, this game gets damn near impossible. Mineski can definitely stall it out and defend. You know, Ember, one of those heroes that will make this game difficult for J.Storm. But it does feel like Mineski will have to do the impossible here. Aegis, Cheese, Refresher, but more importantly than anything, it's the Mega Creeps factor. You're stuck defending your base. You don't have any real way to win this game, barring J.Storm making some colossal errors.
And just sort of both games, these series, some of the Mineski players just struggling to have any sort of impact. I mean, Moon, both matches, this one, the Clinks, it just, nothing's really gone his way.
For that jump here, they've got double Exorcism. How do you fight into this? So difficult with the Oracle backing up the Death Prophet as well with that save.
As there we have the first Exorcism out. Mineski, they've got to make a move soon, as it will very much be their last one.
They were only showing Death Prophet, really. Everyone else is playing really far back.
That's the first tier 4 will fall. J.Storm moving in for more. They get the Hex out. Force will bring KP back to safety. Outside, though, they're looking for Moon. They do get the sleep out onto the Death Prophet. Will be removed. Exorcism still going. They'll go in with the swashbuckle onto KP. As the Edicts pulsed over as well, trying to deal with these Mega Creeps. J.Storm are forced back.
That's the Clink's ultimate down, though. And Death Prophet has a secondary ultimate here if they want to commit for this push.
As there we have the telekinesis, the boundless drive onto the 3 of them. There's the refresher shard. Second ghosts are ready to come out. Mineski pushed back to the fountain. The new turn, they got the Sprout controlling Brown for now. Moose still has that Aegis ready to go if he wants to commit. E-Blade keeping the Death Prophet safe. Wukong's command is down, surrounding the Ancient. The tier 4 falls. Mineski, can they get into the Wukongs to try and fight J.Storm off? That's the question, but the Ancient down to half health. They will be able to burst down the Oracle on the back lines. They have got a fortification to work with the Hex. The boundless strike down onto Moon. Moon being forced back, has got the invis to try and back up to the fountain, but Pharrell comes in with a swashbuckle shield crash. 2 dead on Mineski. The Ancient being focused down by J.Storm. GG is called, and J.Storm will take the 2-0. They'll be the ones to move on today here at the DreamLeague Major, and the end of the line here for Mineski.
Absolutely top plays coming out of J.Storm. The young mid
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The stage is set, the headphones are on, and we are ready to get into this elimination best of 3 between Team Secret and Infamous, live from the Monster Energy DreamHack Studios. It is, of course, the Corsair DreamLeague Season 11, the Stockholm Major, with Infamous on the Radeon side, Secret on the Dire side. I am Shiver, and I'm here with Sir Action, Slacks, and Lizard, giving you all the inside information that you've always wanted about this match.
Dang, man. I feel like I gotta change my name.
Why?
Sir Action Slacks. Shiver, Lizard, Sir Action. Jeez.
It's fine.
You want me to call you Slacks next time?
Yeah, I think I gotta do a full game, a full change to Slacks.
Shiver, can I put you on the spot? Can you tell me what's the win rate of Oracle? What's the percentage?
72%.
Actually, it was 69.7. So 70%?
So it's just a trick to get Shiver to say 69. What's your problem? What's wrong with you, Lizard?
In 23 games. Now, I must say that yesterday something did go wrong with the adding of games to the ticket, so that these stats might not be entirely up to date. But this is what the things say.
I believe one of the reasons why this hero is so strong and hard to deal with is the fact that another hero is creeping into the meta, and that's Death Prophet. Oracle plus Death Prophet used to be one of the best combinations like a few years back, and now they're working again. You could see it in the last couple of games, in the last couple of days as well, especially on DreamLeague. They've been picked a lot. You put that Oracle up front, you use False Promise on her, she can't die, she heals herself.
What? Dude! Death Prophet?
Death Prophet.
Read the lore.
Death Prophet is not a dude.
I thought we were talking about Oracle.
Death Prophet is definitely not
I got confused.
dude.
Sorry, dude. Can we talk
Not
about...
your dude, friend.
What? I thought we were dudes.
Alright, we're dudes.
Can we talk about Lifestealer and Oracle, how everyone keeps picking Oracle to counter Lifestealer, but it never works? What's up with that? How come it don't work, Lizard? It should work.
Why would it work?
I'm looking at it on paper. He stopped right clicks.
It doesn't work.
It works.
That's not why you pick it.
Why do you pick it?
You pick it because of these carries that you can save later on. Morphling isn't really necessary, the one, but maybe they'll pick some mid that works well with Oracle. Also, you pick it because of the offlaners that struggle against Purge. Some Darkseers and Batriders are instantly out of the options because you can't pick them versus the Purge. It's just way too strong. So Oracle, because of the laning stage presence, obviously, and later on the save that comes with the hero is really strong. Witch Doctor, however, is another hero that is valued by the CIS scene a lot. We have seen him a couple of times in DreamLeague, but not way too many.
Yeah, Secret likes him, actually. They're pissing off Puppy. Yeah, I bet he wants to pick that. Jeez.
Yeah, there's just Puppy. We ain't giving you your Witch Doctor.
Wow, man. So Morphling, I wasn't too impressed last time we saw Morphling. And as we saw last time, big amount of burst damage in that late game, get caught out, get shut out.
The thing is, this Morphling is going to be played on Team Secret, and this Morphling is going to be played by Nisha. Nisha basically became popular with 2 or 3 heroes. One of them was Morphling. Those are Morphling, one more, I can't remember, but his
Medusa.
Morphling, yeah, he's really good with Medusa, yeah.
He is. We haven't seen it this event yet, I think.
Lucy Doocy?
Lucy Doocy, not in the hands of Nisha.
I think we did see her once. It was in a very aggressive draft. She went mid.
But not in the hands of Nisha.
Oh, well, no, of course not. Not this time.
In any case, Morphling versus Lifestealer later on can work pretty well. Once you get that Scud, you can slow him down, you can deal with him. However, the problem is, Morphling is a hero that doesn't really have a power spike as early as Lifestealer. Lifestealer, it's not even about the... Obviously, there's one huge power spike for Lifestealer, that's when he gets that Radiance, but he can be a threat even without it, right? He can join his teammates. Well, Morphling, no, it doesn't really work that way. He needs that farm. He needs like 2-3 items.
Lizard, you're a smart guy. Will you finally tell people to stop rushing Lincolns on Morphling?
I mean, no one is doing that any longer.
Nobody should be doing that anymore. They're still happening in my pub games, but...
I mean, it's your pub games. First, it's like... Okay, I don't want to go there.
Go ahead, Lizard.
I don't want to discuss your MMR and your region. I don't want to go there.
Jesus. All right, no problem, Lizard. We'll move right along. But no, I was just trying to make a point that you're right. The times of Lincoln's first on Morphling, where you try to get this guy to be safe, very much over. It's about time to fight. It's about time to get in those mid-game engagements and create some pressure and then snowball out of control. So it's very interesting how that hero changed.
There are different builds that you go for now. One is with the Morb Mask and the Dragonlance, the other is with Yasha, Manta and stuff like that. Lincoln's isn't really the top pick any longer. Now we have a Rubik. Alright, Infamous Rubik. It's interesting. Witch Doctor plus Rubik. As two supports, they don't really look way too good. Versus Morphling, you do have that instant lift, so you have some form of instantiation on the Morph, which is always decent.
10 seconds remaining.
Overall, I think they just value the pick. It's not like the best hero in this particular game.
Yeah, Infamous certainly looks like they're picking heroes they're very comfortable with, which is sometimes a great strat when you're up against a game, somebody like Secret. You get intimidated, you try to counter pick them, try to get in their heads. Screw their heads, be in your own head. You know, play what you're good at. And it looks like that's what we're seeing from Infamous.
Just pick your own comfort zone, right? And go with it, go with what you practiced. But I have to tell you that I've seen Papita and I've seen his papers, lists of heroes that he needs to think about and ban and draft variations. He's carrying like this big book like Envy used to, or still does. Not here though, but so.
Well, sometimes those books are more about, you know what, the information's there if I need it, but I don't need it, you know? It's a true thing. Where's your comfort zone, Lizard? Where do you go when you're stressed out mentally?
I swim.
You swim?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be swimming in shards after this game. Holy shit, Infamous gonna take it. That's a Tusk.
That is a Tusk. So far, actually, Secret has not played the Tusk this event. I must also add to that Infamous, this support duo, Witch Doctor, Rubik, they have not played either of those in all their games so far as well. They were the Oracle people. They have played Oracle almost all of their games.
Yep, that Oracle got snatched away from them for Team Secret. But
surely then you know how to counter it as well.
If you play a hero a lot, most likely you should know how to counter him as well. Right now they haven't really done anything that screams counter to me, and there aren't many counters for Oracle, right? It's not like there are some weaknesses to the hero. He is a position 5 that doesn't really outpush very well.
You can steal his spells
with
and
Rubik.
be the wannabe Oracle.
True.
Centaur Warrunner plus Rubik used to be played quite a lot in the last year versus squishy carries. You basically lift into stun. So that's not a shabby duo offlane at all for Infamous. At the same time, you have Witch Doctor plus Lifestealer on the safe lane. They're basically picking these lanes that aren't really gonna get... the only way they crush these lanes, I think, on Team Secret is if they completely counter-pick them with their last two picks, or if they outplay them. And with Vengeful Spirit, I don't see the outplay potential, honestly. It's just a strong laner overall.
So this is a Zyvenge, I guess we can...
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Zyvenge,
The Yapsor Tusk, Puppy Oracle. That means we are missing a mid-1 hero.
I believe it's Nisha Morph, and Nisha Morph can go safe lane, can go mid as well. They have that flex pick, so they just basically need to position him in the most comfortable lane.
I was just about to say that. Definitely ban out the Monkey King right before that mid-game pick for mid-1. Mid-1's Monkey King has been causing just complete chaos in this tournament, and they know that he's up next, so good to see that come out.
And the thing is, just like we mentioned, if Morphling can go mid, if you pick that Monkey, you can lane him versus the Centaur. You have a free lane there with Oracle, you should win it. And then Morphling, as long as he's not countered on mid by something like OD, which he won't be because OD is banned, or anything similar, like you're gonna be winning 2 lanes. So banning out that Monkey is
Question,
really
Lizard.
Good.
Viper's Nether Toxin. If Viper is attacking, or if you're attacking as a lifestealer or anything, do you lifesteal at all? Even if you're like open wounds?
With open wounds, I believe you do, yes. With open wounds, yes.
But not your passive?
Not your passive.
No.
Now that you mentioned Viper, Rubik is a really good pick for Infamous if they want to give that Viper away, as you can steal that Nether Toxin and use it on him. And once you break his passive, he's basically free food, so it's not too shabby of a hero.
Could have asked me, Sheeper. Why'd you have to ask Lizard?
Because Lizard is the analyst. You're here for flair.
That's not true. I can analyze. Don't label me.
Okay, what's the last pick of Infamous, you think, Slacks?
Well, why don't you ask Lizard?
Well, I'm asking you.
Well, no,
this is your chance to prove yourself, to, you know.
He did call the monkey. Well, after he was banned, but he knew about it, definitely.
I did know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of hero do we want to see for Tomato? He's played heroes such as Quap, Razor. He actually played Alchemist. I don't like Alchemist, but they did win with it.
Alchemist plus Lifestealer wouldn't be that great.
And Death Prophet is still in the pool.
That Prophet would be good for Team Secret. I don't know if it's really a mid-1 hero, though.
Okay, I have a 3-part plan to answering this question. Here, you guys ready?
Okay, go for it.
All right, number 1,
Meepo, man.
Necrophos. Number 2, Ember Spirit. Number 3, and this one might surprise you. I haven't thought of it yet.
Necro
if you keep talking long enough,
I don't know if Necro is that great versus Oracle. Already you have the Purge to his Ghost Shroud, but overall, yeah, he could work. Ember Spirit as well, you have it versus Chaos Knight Illusions, I guess, wouldn't be too shabby. I really think they miss some damage right now, some burst, some mid-game potential.
Invoker?
Nah, well, this Lifestealer is farming, they need some... They need something to be fighting. So Ember Spirit, maybe even if you go for that, I don't know, I wouldn't like to see that Prophet on them. It's possible, but it's a meta pick, but...
I mean, Chaos Knight could just blow up a Death Prophet, though. Isn't her strength is flying around, floating around, and surviving? I mean, once Chaos Knight's on you, you're dead.
Yeah, what is Chaos Knight? Like, who's playing what?
I still believe that you are right. Actually, I don't know. Vengeful could be the carry, Vengeful could be offlane. So Chaos Knight and Vengeful, we have to wait and see. Shadow Fiend, alright. Is your mid-game potential hero with those Greaves that are going... He basically can roll with the Centaur and Witch Doctor if they have good lanes and they can take down towers while Lifestealer is farming up. I'm still wondering which one is going to be played by who, Vengeful and CK, because I've seen Zai play CK on offlane, I've seen Zai play Vengeful on offlane, so...
You can see who it is.
I can see if I...
On the table.
It's Vengeful Zai.
Vengeful Zai.
Alright, it's offlane Vengeful. It's alright.
So who do you favor in this matchup?
Secret.
Do you wanna give an argument for that?
No.
Okay. What about you, Slacks?
I'm doing calculations in my head, and I think that we are good to go on Infamous for game 1. I don't believe in CK. That hero is hooty cooty pooty. Not a fan.
I'm thinking Secret's gonna take game 1 of this series. But that's okay.
That's just so it's not 100% on
yes. Okay. If I were to go 100%, oh yeah. By the way, vote for your MVP during this game. You can do that from now. So these are your commands. Use them wisely. Is hashtag and then the player's name. Read how you write the names. It's important because you do have to spell out the name correctly. Let's find out what's going to happen in the first game with Moxie and Bulldog.
All right, well, what do you think, Bulldog? Are we gonna believe in Secret, or do you think that we might see a little bit of an upset here coming out from Infamous?
I think draft-wise, there's no one that has a clear advantage, honestly. And obviously Secret is the better team here. Like, there's no going about that. But Infamous got Mason, and he's playing the Lifestealer. You can't underestimate that, can you?
Last hope of NA there, yeah. Mr. Mason, here he's a wizard when it comes to cooking eggs on Instagram. But no, we've got, you know, Secret, Zai was incredible with that Vengeful Spirit in the past. Like, he has some incredible swaps. So definitely keep your eyes on him. Moose is a very talented Rubik. And also, it's kind of interesting, we don't really highlight position 5, but if I remember correctly, Wu actually is a very good Witch Doctor as well, so.
Yeah. This is the best SA has to offer, so we'd have to hope they're going to do well here. And there is one main problem. There is a Nisha Morphling, and I don't know how many times I've seen him play him mid and just absolutely destroy the lane. They were probably pretty confident it was going to be a niche mid-morph, so they picked SF against that, because you need a hero that can stand up against Morphling, and Morphling wants to take advantage of having really high damage, which means you have to have very high or very low health, and SF can punish that with his nuke, so should be working out just fine. Middle, hopefully.
That is true, and you also mentioned with having mid one on the CK earlier, right? How this is a little bit different from what we're used to seeing him on?
Yeah, we see a mid one CK last pick. It's not what we see at all, and I don't feel like he's a super clear last pick here either. Like, they've got a decent amount of AoE stuns and AoE damage, so we'll see how that works out. But just having that Morphling late game against Lifestealer is super good. He definitely counters Lifestealer. It's just very annoying to deal with that. It's just that Lifestealer comes online earlier, and the keyboard might have been smashed.
It's a little early for that, I think, right? But what happens with the CK if it starts to fall behind? Because this is not a hero that's known for being able to flash farm and catch up.
Yeah, it's basically the hero you never want to get behind with, and you used to have super struggles with this hero. You always had to buy Midas, otherwise you couldn't farm, and luckily now they've reworked his Chaos Strike to make sure that his laning stage is super good now compared to what it used to be, so you generally shouldn't fall behind. We see kind of an old hero coming back here, the Tusk. Tusk is back here. We don't see him too often, and it's a Yapso Tusk. So you can't expect that guy's going to get some items. And well, Moose, does he want to get a courier snipe here?
It's being real patient here, moving forward.
Oh boy,
1,
he's going to get it.
And 2. It's got to make Tomato's lane a lot easier.
All right, good start for SA Dota. If he just gets rid of his region, this Morphing's going to be very sad.
Like you said, it's very important that they shut down Nisha here, because he can just roll on over them.
Yeah.
You're not careful, so nice play coming out here from the side of Infamous.
Just the courier kill gives so much gold to his team as well. It's so useful. And we just see here the aggression, Timato asserting dominance. And the laning here, CK. It's always hard to play a melee against a Witch Doctor because of the damage, but they have Puppy here to help out.
It's interesting that Wu opted to go for that Voodoo Restoration early to try to offset some of the nuke damage that's potentially coming out from the Oracle.
Yeah, we don't normally see that.
Doesn't have that Purifying Flames just yet, but not sure if that was something that's skilled up because he's sitting too low, because he is sitting quite low himself, or was. And perhaps just trying to keep up the region and lane. Moose, bottom lane, trying to assist out Pepita here. A little bit of back and forth between Yapser and
I don't think they're too happy about this laning stage. You definitely want to have Lifestealer bottom and have the Centaur being a bit more sacrificed, because CK, we just see him non-stop clicking the Nikes as soon as he comes up into the lane, and it's pretty annoying. He's got one flask middle left here. There's a region top though. Whoever gets that can be really big, and it's daytime, so they should be able to see it. Timato just gets it. That's gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt for sure. And no courier either. That's the last region he used.
And Nisha has got to play a little bit more conservatively here. Doesn't want to miss out on those levels, obviously. They'll turn him around. Mid 1. Open wounds purging off here from Puppy. Will get that cast. Couple bounces. Not going to bounce over to mid 1.
Yeah, back and forth. Nothing too crazy yet. Only 3 minutes in. Yeah, Nisha again. No region left now. He's definitely struggling here now. He's got a little bit lead in CS, but the courier has spawned now, so he's going to be sending that out. He did kind of manage with this pretty well, to be honest.
Bottom lane, Zai might be in for some trouble. The body block come out from Pepita, and that's going to be first blood.
Yeah, nothing new. This is just side Dota, right? We see him dying every time in the offlane for his team, and then ultimately just carrying his team kind of in a way anyway, so it's all good. Nothing new here. It's to be expected, and it's kind of maybe intentional because they want to give you up some more level and experience. You know, in gold, that's just how they play.
Alright, yeah, it's been fairly quiet though. Nisha does pick himself up some tangos. Be able to regen a little bit, but Tomato feeling very comfortable in this mid lane. Not too much of a discrepancy in the CS. 21 and 6 on the Shadow Fiend, 19 and 3 on Morphling. So even though, you know, his courier was missing, he was sitting at very low health, is able to keep up nicely. And, oh, okay, Wu is dead.
The courier, the rune, is he gonna get it?
He's trying. He's looking for it.
There's nothing here, Nisha. What are you doing?
Nisha. Just toss back Tomato. Say no thank you. Move's actually having that double damage that makes his rotation.
He actually get a kill here. He's sneaking up on him.
He's got boots too. There's going to be the telekinetic lift. He just maybe a bit more damage, but it's not there.
You don't kill Nisha.
You might be able to kill Pepita though here in this bottom lane. Zai finding himself a kill.
Okay. You get punished for helping middle a little bit. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of Morphling players that could deal with this as Nisha does. And as I say that...
It's fine.
He's just playing around with him. He knows he can't die.
Believe in the power of Nisha here, Bulldog. Don't be a hater.
I'm not a hater. I praise that man. Praising.
That sounded a little bit like a hate. Oh, Pepita in for trouble again. Shard's gonna trap him over. Gets the stomp off. Zai chasing him down. Oh, that little bit of body blocking might have actually been a problem, but Move's making his way over with that telekinetic lift. Keep him alive. Wu gets himself one bounty rune. The Yapster grabs the other, and I think we should have been able to grab... Yeah, there it is. Okay, so Wu and Yapster gonna be the rune collectors here. Nice even split.
Yeah. The bottom lane is struggling a little bit now. Like, you can't leave the Centaur here. They're actually gonna go for a kill here.
Should be. I mean, it's an Oracle. So you've got to have that physical damage. Mason still really wants this kill. And I don't think it's going to be enough.
And it's not. Just baiting them, but still just harassing him out of the lane. So it's annoying.
Well, the Faith Edict helps quite a bit with that on the Oracle, right? Being able to make it so you don't end up taking that magical damage.
Yeah, we even see him having an infused raindrop to help him out so he doesn't die in this lane.
Uh-oh, Wu might be in for some trouble. Castbolt comes out from mid one. Mason trying to fight through here. They've got that Voodoo Restoration. Puppy actually going to be in for some trouble as they find a kill on the Oracle. And mid one also trying to run himself back. I think it's only level 1 Maledicts, so he's going to be able to survive this. Nisha gets a regen rune. That feels pretty good right now. Zai, they're trying to get the jump on him here, but aren't going to be able to lock him into place. Peta trying pretty hard, though, looking for that stomp. Does manage to land it, has the double too if they want it. Gonna throw out the magic missile. Zai's gonna live another day. In fact, he turns back around, hoping maybe to put some more damage on Pepita, but not gonna find it. Yapster making a rotation mid over onto Tomato. This is the problem with a Shadow Fiend, is that he is pretty easy to gank. He doesn't have that escape.
You always got to be super aware about where the enemy is, if they're missing, especially the position 4. And when you're playing this game as well, you know they have Nisha mid, they definitely want to secure him. They always try to make him get a really good game so that you are definitely going to get rotated on. Having some kind of ward is useful, as they have. River, and again, Light Stealer. Mason is baiting.
Ooh, this is looking good with that Maledict damage, but again, Puppy throwing out the Faith Edict, followed with the Purifying Flames. There's going to be a rotation coming out from Yapster. Wu trying to run himself away, has that Voodoo Restoration, but just not enough heals for 3 people running at him.
They do a good rotation here, and doing this, they need to make sure that they stun outside now, so you shouldn't be able to get anything here. Maybe even, I don't know if they can kill him. I don't think they have the damage, or at least they want to do some damage here, harass him.
Harass just a little bit. Yeah, the telekinetic lift into stomp. Magic missile comes out from Zai. Just chewing through it.
Yeah, he's out of region as well. They might have to swap lanes soon, because I don't know how long the lifesteal can stay up here.
Yeah, Mason's in for some trouble right now. He pops the stick, though, has the rage. Cannot get through those shards, though, and the body blocks are coming out. Needs maybe one more hit, and it's going to be the Purifying Flames that finds that fatal blow.
Oh boy, Mason going down. That's some bad news for SA Dota fans.
And NA Dota fans too, right?
I guess if that counts. Do NA like SA?
Some of them do.
I like SA. Not NA though.
You don't like NA? Is there a particular reason why?
Their Dota skills is not very good. They're trying at least. That's all I care about. Trying your best.
That's all that's important, right? Put the best foot forward every day. I'm sure you do that every day.
Yeah. It's not very good though.
Well, keep practice. Noob.
Jesus.
They're gonna go. They turn it back around. Pepita might have gotten baited. Cannot get away that quickly, but does manage to avoid the shards and the snowball. But that is Stampede down. So
yeah, at least he didn't die there for that.
That's true.
Yeah, the game so far is really even. Like, no one has really a clear advantage. All the heroes are farming as they should. Even Sai with the Vengeful, so very close game actually. We're not going to see that stomp from Nisha having a free game with Morphling or anything. We see SF being super close there as well.
Is it just too hard to make any rotations onto this Morphling mid? Is that why we're not seeing that much pressure being placed upon him. We do see like Moose, he made one rotation, but wasn't able to clean up there.
It's pretty much impossible to kill that hero if he plays properly, and he's got the all-stat build with his items as well. So he has to make some kind of mistake for that. Maybe when I have Blink Dagger on Centaur, they can get a kill there, but they're just content with farming now, getting the Midas, probably Radiance as well with Lifestealer, and once they get that, and the Greaves on SF, they're gonna have that timing where they're gonna be really strong. Because if you go too late game, this Morphling will take over the game.
I don't think... Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there, right? Because I'm making the TP top. Have a smoke coming out from the side of Tomato and Moose.
Yeah, I don't...
10-minute runes. This is a good time to make rotations.
It's got the Swapperino.
And they've got the wards over here on the side, too.
Mason is posturing.
Woo, on the low ground. The initiation will turn attention. Zai will get no cast bounces, but nice perch coming up from Puppey. Not going to be quite enough, though, to keep Zai alive. So he will go down, and it looks like Chaos Knight just wants to walk away, farming pretty well. So no reason to, you know, throw that away right now for a fight that he does not need.
A little bit annoying as well, because he TP'd it up there, so he has to run somewhere now. And, I mean, this is usually how a couple teams do, make sure that their offlaner just rotates more than their 4, and just make sure that Yapster, their 4 now, is getting a lot of farm bottom, getting those levels he needs. But he's laning against the Centaur, so it's not the easiest lane.
He seems to be doing a pretty decent job with handling Pepita down here, but again, when it's 1v1 like this, especially on that Tusk, it is a bit more difficult. I'd like to see Infamous maybe put some more pressure on that top tower there, because you know that Nisha wants to just farm his jungle safely, and by removing a tower, it makes it a little bit less safe for them. Oh, mid one. And Cass comes out. He does have Phantasm. Turns back around. Woo. Has to run himself out. Chaos Bolt coming through Mason, trying to put out as much damage as he can over here, trying to make maximum usage of that Maledict. But Peta gets taken down by Zai in the bottom lane, mid one. It's not going to do enough damage to take him out, but we lose Moose bottom lane while all that's going on.
2 kills bottom, that hurts. That the swap used. Tusk is now level 6 as well, they're using his ultimate, so just delaying the playmaker here is really good. Centaur needs the dagger, and he was very close as well, so a really good gank there. Because again, like, you cannot kill Morphling without that, and you can go smoke with Centaur Blink and get a kill on the Morphling, which would be super good.
He's getting very close to that Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
So, I guess just farm up, be patient, try to avoid any more ganks on your face.
And just don't die.
Easy, right?
Yeah.
Lifestealer picks up his Midas, around 12 minutes here.
It's a Mason timing. It's good. Nisha, he's going all stat build here. He's doing a lot of shotgun builds, rush on the Morph, which worked out to some success, but just having all stats is just really good so you can man up against the Lifestealer. And shotgun obviously doesn't do anything against him.
A lot of movement coming out from the side. Secret. They see Moose. Moose gonna get held into place. And looks like they want to give that kill. Nope, doesn't matter. It's gonna go over to Yapster. And now Yapster is gonna be in some trouble too, because in comes Mason and Tomato. So they get themselves a clean up kill.
Support for support. I think you're happy with that. Because that also makes sure they protect the mid tower. So far, no tower's been lost. Neither of the team has really any super great tower pushers.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm playing with Mason a little bit up here. Zai, of course, making this rotation. Has his Puppey. Has himself an Invis rune. Doesn't look like Woo's aware of this. No sentry detection on the ground right now.
It's not going to be easy to kill Mason, though.
Maybe they go after Woo instead. Although, already we're seeing CKTP out, so not really interested in fighting it, looks like.
Yeah, and we see some CKs by Midas, but not mid one.
Take a look at what Pepita has picked up.
He's got his dagger. Here it comes.
All right, yeah, like we said, textbook. Immediately, the jump forward, the burst down. And Nisha's not there anymore, although Swap comes back out on Tomato. He's in for some trouble. He's going to get held into place. This tower helping them out quite a bit. Puppey going to have the Purifying Flames, but Pepita jumps back in again. They've got that Death Ward, doing a decent amount of damage. Not quite enough to take down Puppey. Is it going to be enough to take down Yapster? No, they have the False Promise that they'll throw over onto their Tusk and keep him alive.
Really clutch there with the snowball. Make sure he doesn't get stunned. But overall, I mean, Morphling dying is super good, but SF also going down, so no one is super unhappy about that. Meanwhile, Mason, the top, is getting that tower.
Still not ahead in terms of net worth, though, because Mid1 has planted himself in the Radiant side of the map. And he's just farming up to his heart's content. Oh, Mason running into a lot of people here. Walrus Punch comes out. Yeah, it's not looking so good right now. The swap, they just, alright, that was a lot of hate on that lifestealer.
Yeah, I forgot they have so many ways to stop him from TPing, even through BKB. I mean, I thought it was only touch, but of course they have swap as well, so it's usually one of the things that makes lifestealers super good. You can just push and go safely anywhere and with no fear of dying, but this game, you're not safe with that BKB, TP. That's a crucial kill as well, because Mason, he needs that Radiance as soon as possible, because that's going to be the timing to win the game. If they miss that timing around 20-25 minutes, I don't know how they deal with the Morphling and CK, both of which are on the top now. Yeah, it's going to be problematic. They need that Radiance as soon as possible. Can't have any more kills like that.
What would you recommend that Infamous do now in order to ensure that the lifestealer is able to get what he needs and they can hit their timings?
Just what they're doing right now is that they're smoking and just keep playing around the center, Blink Dagger, just get as many kills as possible, push the enemy back. And they're going to get mid. Getting mid now will be huge here because they're going to get a tower on top of it.
Being very patient, Pepita sitting far back, as is Wu, hoping that maybe they'll be tempted by Tomato, but tower does go down, no one's going to contest.
The mech is up, so they're really strong right now, but they're kind of lacking the damage. It's all about Mason. All eyes on Mason. He's a while to go, though.
Well, he does have the recipe, but the relic is still far from his grasp.
Doesn't work without the item.
Nope.
Gotta farm that as well.
It's a step in the right direction.
And they're just going for the towers now, having the mech. But if they want to, they could fight her. They're pretty strong. CK's got the armlet, so he is really powerful. Really good choice now going to Midas, because you know you have Nisha is gonna be your ultimate carry this game. Coming in from the backside.
Moves immediately just evaporates as the snowball rolls in over here onto Wu. Walrus Punch to open up a little bit more damage. Mid1 gets himself a double kill. Do get the Graves completed on the SF, though, like you were saying. That is a definitely good timing, but
here we go, bottom again. A Nike's bomb coming up. Sai, he's running back though. Do they have the ward? Whose ward is it? They see him.
Yeah, they've got vision.
He should be dead.
Should be. Can they block it? Not finding it. And there's going to be the TP immediately coming out from Puppy. We'll go try to heal up Zai again.
I think he forgot to click stun. I mean, he didn't stun him. It's kind of odd, I think.
Oh, that is the...
That's a Pepita way. This is the guy who was flaming me on the couch, by the way. I've not forgotten. Okay, well.
I mean, everybody flames you on the couch.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad about that. Everyone just laughs at me. It's not funny.
It's alright, dude. It'll be okay. Okay, so they're grouping up on the side of Secret here, showing a lot of aggression. They do have quite a few ways to catch the heroes on the side of Infamous, although Puppy...
Oh, there's no way they can fight this. They need to get out now. They need Radiance to fight.
Maybe they're just trying to make the space for Mason, but yeah, that's a lot of... That's all the heroes on the side of the Dire making their advancement here. Mason still working towards that relic.
1,400. Still a while to go. Can't miss any CS. Okay, good. He's doing his job.
There you go, yeah.
Even denying. Some bonus gold.
It's got a nice little stacked camp over here.
Raging for maximum farm.
Efficiency. Very, very enthralling stuff down here, watching him farm. Oh, Nisha. As that Yasha is gonna be pushing out this lane.
Nisha TP at bottom, and they might have seen they've seen that, so they know it can't be top now, so they can easily just hit the top tower.
Moves.
Okay, he's got dagger on a centaur and ult in 5 seconds.
Set those wards right on top of each other over there. Easy D ward, easy 100 gold. Zai, the Jin 4 coming out from Pepita will be able to land the stun. They've cut the false promise, and they're going to go use the CK ulti, and they're going to have to run themselves up, but the swap comes out again with a magic missile. Yaps are going forward, has the Walrus Punch, and they'll find a kill on Pepita here. While the rest of the side of Infamous, they just want to get out. don't want to have to stay here right now. Just trying to make space for that lifestealer. Ooh, Yapster? No, doesn't have it just yet. Moves, trying to hide himself in the trees. They didn't hit that Scream of Terror, so... a Wave of Terror.
And we just see the power of CK in these fights and why it's working out as the last pick. They can't really deal with the illusions at all. They need more AoE damage, and the Radiant's gonna help with that for sure, just making them all miss and just getting him a couple levels on Wish Doctor, so the stun will bounce 3-0 a little bit more, will be good. Level 8, no boots yet though. He's gonna pick him up now, that's gonna feel good.
So I'm worried because we talk about the Shadow Fiend having the Guardian Greaves, right? How that's a great pickup, it's good timing. Are they going to miss this window because of the fact that Lifestealer hasn't picked up that Radiance yet?
No, I still think they're fine. It's just that Esther is farming godlike right now. He's having a really good game. Just having that courier advantage helped him out a lot. So, I mean, he's just going to get stronger.
But is it going to be enough to deal with Nisha and the Morphling as this goes later and later?
Not super late game for sure, but just get that Radiance and you should be able to take a fight.
Okay. All eyes on Mr. Mason like we
500 gold left. They got 3 runes. CK is gonna go hard. Oh boy, does he have it already?
Oh boy. All right, Tomato in for some trouble and is going to get burst down by mid one.
Okay, that was easy, and yeah, the CK's got a heart.
I guess there was an Invis rune on Zai, so perhaps that's how they saw him coming, because I don't know why he would posture himself there otherwise, but they go right into the Roche pit.
And they don't care if there's a couple creeps behind them. They just let us know. Come if you want to fight us.
They know that Lifestealer needs to finish up that Radiance.
And people saying CK can't farm? Without Midas? Now what? Just kill enemy heroes.
Okay, the Radiance is online, but of course, Shadow Fiend still down for another 17 seconds.
Yeah, this is like the worst thing that could ever happen. Esther dying there to get Roche, and yeah, you got Radiance now, but now the enemy's got Aegis. It's like the worst possible timing, and now you're gonna have to deal with 4k health CK illusions. That is scary. And it's not gonna get better as it gets late game. So they probably feel they have to go now, but yeah, fighting into Hard and Aegis, and he's got Scotty ready, 400 gold. They need to really play well here. Preferably just getting off, killing the support somehow.
This is a bit spooky in this top lane. Pepita is trying to shove it out, but they do have a smoke on the side of Secret, and they're making their dance. Pepita drawn back by mid one. The Purge comes out. Shards coming through with the Snowball, Purifying Flames, and Yapsor cleans them up.
Yeah, these kills pickoffs now are just losing them their timing pretty hard.
I don't know why Pepita was that far up without vision.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen him? He's pretty manly. He is pretty alpha.
With his man bun and all, yeah?
He's not scared.
Would you wear a man bun?
I don't have enough hair.
If you did?
Yeah, I would.
Hmm. Interesting. Wouldn't have guessed that. Alright, they're going for their mid-tower here. Putting Nisha front and foremost. Has the Scotty. He's a pretty scary body of water.
This is the opposite of what you want to happen. Like, you want to be the one on offensive. And right now, Secret is posturing right here, just pushing the high ground. They're going tier 3 already.
Yeah, 22 minutes. That's not what you want to have happen, especially with the lineup coming out from Infamouse. All right, the Lifestealer, Nisha turns himself into his own version.
Yeah, and get a free BKB. It's pretty useful.
Indeed.
Pretty useful. Getting some healing.
Yeah, Puppy just sitting back. Zai looking for any sort of a swap. We'll be able to land that cast, but look at this. Mason's just having so much difficulty with all the Scotty damage. How do they approach Nisha right now?
How do you get there? You got to get around him. You got to smoke and infest the center and kill a support.
Get another steal?
They just give up our racks.
That's a feels bad, man.
It is a feels bad, man. One good news is they did get the Rubik did get attribute shift, so he got a lot of health now.
And he keeps that too after the spell wears off, which is
0 armor though, so he's got to be a little bit careful, because I'm pretty sure if CK ults and reality rifts him, he dies.
Well, even before that, CK ults and reality rifts.
He just looks at him.
just lets out a deep sigh, knowing that this is the end. And just look at Secret. They've got all the momentum now. They're feeling very strong, and indeed they are. They've got the Aegis. They've got their items. They've got very scary mid one.
I guess Infamouse just feels they can't fight as long as he's got Aegis, and you know, if they take the fight, they will probably lose it. But if you do nothing, you
also lose the game, right?
Yeah, you gotta try now. You gotta smoke, and here comes Centaur. He doesn't have a smoke though, so I don't know how do you initiate this.
They spot him out.
And Oracle will just ult whenever he goes on.
Okay, the jump forward coming out from the center, and they go immediately using that heal over onto Zai. Mason gonna be thrown up into the air now as he's trying to run. He's just getting kited so badly. Witch Doctor ultimate coming out from the high ground. It's doing a decent amount of work. Tomato gonna be able to maybe push it around, and the Moose trying to run himself away here. Nisha is still alive and kicking, and he has just eyes only from Moose as Moose slowly tries to run himself out. There's no creep for him to deny himself off of. That is 4 heroes on the side of Infamous. They will pick up again and grab that buyback over here on the lifestealer, but I don't know what they can hope to do. They just GG out.
Called it GG. Yeah.
And just like that, Secret
just showing that yesterday was just a little bump in the road. They're back in full force, and they're not scared at all. Just smashing.
10 seconds remaining. Ban. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Soul Warlord.
Right, Slacks, I can't wait to hear this.
What's your time?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go Slacks.
Welcome back to the Corsair DreamLeague Season 11 here in Monster Energy Studios. We are here for the exciting game of a lifetime. That's right. It's Team Secret versus Infamous Gaming. One of these two teams is going home, and you are about to go into a draft. Thank you very much, Thomas! Wow. As we are getting into this game with a first pick Lifestealer and a first pick Troll Warlord. Now, Sheever, question for you.
Yeah, sure.
You feel like Troll Warlord warrants a first pick? It's been a long time since we've seen a successful Troll.
It has, but Nisha, you know, I think he's going to be good in practically anything, so I think he'll be okay.
Whatever hero gets picked. You know what? The hero might not be that great, but Nisha...
But Nisha?
No, Troll is alright versus Lifestealer. It was always a slight counter pick to Nike, so definitely you can understand.
Winter Wyvern?
Yeah. By the way, Troll has about 35% win rate or something like that.
That's
pretty
feels
sad.
bad, man, right there.
But at the same time, Team Secrets are the ones who kind of start these metas, you know?
True.
They started the Abaddon, they kind of started the Troll, so they're in the hands of the Masters right now.
I think we have seen the Winter Wyvern get picked up against Troll a few times as well, as you do have that ultimate to work with once he goes ham and crazy with his Battle Trance. Oh, Troll and Morphling. Oh, hey, yo. Okay. What's up? Is this some roaming Troll?
So... the downfall of Secret in their series against Vici was that they were too greedy.
You think opening with Morphling Troll might be
Honestly,
too greedy?
this opening, I've seen some players, I said roaming Troll obviously as a joke, but I've seen some players play that. I've seen it, and it's not...
Wouldn't you rather have a roaming Morph?
I mean, that
just
was
go
done,
to Adaptive Strike?
I mean, a long time ago that was done as well. It was a popular position 4 pick to Morphling with Adaptive Strike, and that was like a very popular pick, but it's not as good right now. I don't like Troll as 4 either, though, so these two are most likely going to be cores, I believe. But opening up like this, like, you can,
they're definitely...
They're doing something, like they're...
Look at those smiles.
Look at those smirks and smiles. They're definitely like, alright, they have no clue what's happening.
Puppy has opened up his dark web of lies.
Do you know what? Puppy sometimes does that and just fails miserably.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
We start laughing at it then, but this time, I don't know, it looks pretty good. Winter Wyvern, we did see a very successful game and a very unsuccessful game with the hero. I understand why they're picking it, though. As soon as Troll Warlord ults, you just ult him, and as Gabe guaranteed, he's gonna die, and probably someone else is gonna die too.
You can see these faces. What's happening? Why do they have a Troll and a Morph? Get me out. I don't want to play this.
I'm kind of spooked, though. I mean, I like Infamous a lot. I love Mason, of course, but they're going with Lifestealer again. I mean, at this point, isn't it a little predictable? These are lives on the line. Don't you want to try something else?
I don't know. I guess you have two options. Go for something cheeky and new that you haven't really practiced a lot, or go with something that's comfortable, like in the first match, and hope that you play a bit better.
And we did see Moo playing a very successful Lifestealer earlier today.
Yeah, but that's a difference, is he was very successful, whereas last game, it was not successful at all. It feels like they might be repeating mistakes here. I'd like to see more out of him. But whatever, it's in the past now. let's move on as Slardar is banned out of one of the answers we've been seeing for Slardar. I mean, excuse me, Lifestealer this tournament. So he will be no more. And oh no, your dreams are crushed, my friend. No Darkseer.
No Darkseer. It makes sense that they ban out Darkseer in the second phase because Oracle has been banned out in that first one. So that counter is banned out. You don't want to give away the Darkseer. And yeah, Darkseer plus Lifestealer is super scary. You surge him, you just send him with his rage to go and maul on your enemies' supports. Overall, oh, a Tiny. Alright, a position 4 most likely for Infamouse.
Bro.
A hero that can blow up that Morphling instantly if he's morphed into a little bit too much of agility.
Yeah, that's pretty tough in the late game, but mid game, sure.
Yep.
Don't forget, Shiver.
Yeah.
Huge interaction.
Oh, okay.
Winter Wyvern ult on an enemy. Tiny can toss that enemy into the rest of the team.
People.
That's right.
I like
We will be seeing that here today. Mark my words.
Okay.
I've already
Marking
seen
your words.
Put it down. It will be the replay.
Production, I hope you heard that.
No.
That should be the replay.
Unnecessary.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So, yeah. Very good point there, SAP. We haven't seen Pango.
Or Viper.
I mean, Viper has had a really bad win rate, right? Recently.
Well, more like really bad pick rate. He's just been ignored. I will tell you about the win rate in 1 second.
He had a pretty low win rate after the nerfs, I'm certain, so...
I mean, but in some lineups it can be good. We've seen him almost win every single
balance
EA game.
In all things.
Fitty?
Fitty.
Fitty?
Just Fitty. I can't believe
Ice Frog, rise up!
Thought
he did
lower, actually. Oh, an Enigma.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Ooh, yeah, we saw that banned a couple times, especially against Yapsor.
Yeah, Yapsor can play it, Zai can play it, Yapsor plays it a lot as well on Team Secret.
Quite a warranted ban. I mean, that is a game maker for this team.
Very greedy lineup already, though, and you're also picking an Enigma into Winter Wyvern, which is never a great idea, as you need to get to Blink Dagger, you need to get to BKB, you need to get to Lincoln. So you need all these 3 items to have a 100% good Black Hole, obviously, if you position yourself well. If you don't, then Winter Wyvern has to... You have to wait for that ulti to pop first, and that never happens. Winter Wyvern is just going to hold that ulti until you use Black Hole and then counter it, so...
You know, maybe we were being kind of funny saying that Team Secret learned they could do whatever they want last match. It really looks like they took that to heart.
But it's like, what do you want to play?
I mean, this is greed to the max.
I mean, listen, you can pick the Troll, and you can build him into something like 2 Raid Bands, Vlad's, and he can still scale fairly well into the post-laning stage, into the mid-game, while Morphling farms for late game. So these 2 cores aren't necessarily both too greedy. Morphling is, Troll. If you itemize him in a greedy way, he's gonna be greedy, right? But if you don't, then perhaps he can be that hero that fights throughout the mid game. But at the same time, it's not a hero that buys that mech or Greaves that's gonna bring a lot of utility after the laning stage. So in that sense, he definitely is greedy. The only thing that he might bring is a Vlad's, which isn't really...
I mean, don't get me wrong. If they do build this very strange Troll in a new way, he has the capability of doing anything. But the way that we've seen Troll so far is he's just kind of AFK farming as much as he can until 20-30 minutes. So Pango coming out, that's a very good pick here with punishing that greed. Pango needs level 6, and he's basically fully farmed. Right, do whatever he needs to do here for Team Secret. And ooh, this is getting worse.
Also, he's a hero that if played mid versus Morphling has to be very careful how he uses his attribute shift, as with one swashbuckle you can just fall if he catches you off guard, especially if he catches you with that silence, then jumps on you.
Yeah, like I think that's true for the majority of the game, you know? It just puts a lot of pressure on Morphling for all situations now. He never knows when he's going to be stunned up and killed, so pretty scary stuff.
Yeah, Lucky Shot is a really nice spell to have right now as a Pango. Alright.
Well, we're been a little negative on Secret's draft so far, talking about it. You got some high hopes for that different Troll, and we see a Bane, your classic counter pick to the Morphling, and not too shabby against Lifestealer either.
Yeah, a classic counter pick to the Lifestealer too, as you have that BKB piercing Fiend's Grip, so overall, Definitely a good pickup for Team Secret. Also a support that absolutely needs no items, just your casual deadbeat position 5 that just runs around with boots and sticks perhaps. Also a very tanky hero, a hero that Puppy loves to play. So.
Yeah, I like it. The biggest thing that this team has to do every single fight that Team Secret heads up against Infamous, they gotta kill Wyvern first. If Wyvern's alive, then nothing can come online here. But with Bane, you're able to really separate people out and choose your targets, so yeah. I think that's pretty good.
You can Fiend's Grip Bango as well while he's rolling. So.
Yep, that's true. You could grab that roller. Although I don't think, I guess, yeah, they got a lot of range damage too, so that actually will be pretty useful. Most games I just see people running into the ball when it's Nightmare, it has melee, and just doing literally nothing. So this will be good.
It will be nice. How are they gonna stop black holes? That's my biggest worry. There's so much. There's also so many great things to steal. They could just put Tiny on a core and then pick a Rubik or something. That would be nice, but I'm not sure if there's still more space in the draft.
It wouldn't be too shabby. It's an alright Rubik game, but is Rubik the right pick for Infamous? That's the question.
That is the question. Yeah, what do they lack? Because they've got some team fight already in there. They lack tower push.
Yeah, they're lacking some push. It's a bounty from Team Secret, alright. So most likely it is going to be that position 4 Enigma that buys 2 rings and gives it to bounty.
Very selfless.
Who was it that did it the first time? I can't.
No, I think it was at the minor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ice. We saw it in actually we saw it in a pub.
Hang on a second, regale me on what you guys are talking about. What's going on?
So Enigma buys rings of health, rings of regen actually.
Yeah. And gives them to Bounty.
He buys 2 of them and he gives them to Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, and Bounty goes offlane while Enigma just saps the creeps from that lane and
just goes jungle.
Yeah, and Bounty Hunter is already good enough if he gets levels. And
Hello!
And he'll use that regen. And normally he does end up giving those rings back actually.
Yeah.
Well, what a gracious person.
Yeah.
Overall, Lina is... Lina is really good here as it's a hero that deals very well with Morphling. You have that Laguna Blade, you have a lot of burst coming from that Lina, so overall I really like that pick. Gives them a lot of damage, also some pushing capabilities, so is a glass cannon that can kind of backfire, but...
You're saying a lot of good things about Infamous, but will you go as far as predicting their victory over Secret here?
Oh no, I'm going with Secret still. I have my shards on the line. My shards are on Secret this game, sorry.
I don't particularly believe in Infamous's draft. However, I feel like you don't pick Alina unless you feel like you're real confident. And Secret's being super greedy, so if they're ever going to win a game, this will be the one. I'm going for him.
You said the same thing for the last one.
What he said he's going for Infamous, by the way.
That's...
Slacks Infamous. There.
Yay!
Okay, I am going for Secret. Also, during this game, remember that you can vote for the MVP of Game 2, and we'll discuss that after the game. Now, on towards the game with Moxie and Bulldog.
Almost.
They tried to play you off.
All right, I've got a question for you, Bulldog. Is greed good? Is this going to be the draft where Secret, shows that you can have a very greedy lineup and just run away with it? Or is this too greedy?
If you're 2 equally matched teams, greed can be very bad. But we saw last game that Secret is definitely the better team. So, Infamous definitely need to put up their aggression here if they're gonna need to punish this. And they picked the Lina up, which is pretty aggressive hero, and she should have a good lane for sure. And as Alyssa talked about it, she's really good against the Morphling. Just with that, so usually you buy, I don't know if you do it anymore, but the Shadow Blade, and you can just surprise kill Morph so easily. We'll see if that happens. And just the laning stage as well it's annoying for Morphling to just continuously get harassed. And Lina has one of the longest attack range and pretty decent damage. It's annoying to deal with. She also got a good ward here for the high ground. It's gonna help her a lot.
I'm sure they're very concerned, right? Nisha proving to be a very dominant Morphling, and they even were able to secure, the middle lane for Tomato last time, right? Because they're able to go and just get that courier snipe. But in the end, didn't matter.
And this time they've changed their draft a little bit though. They still have the Lifestealer, but they have Tiny, which is also really good with the burst against the Morphling, and they have Pangolier, which has a silence potentially. We're looking to get a first player, Puppey.
Well, Puppey in for some trouble. The toss comes out from Moose. Gonna get the last hit, and yes, Mason will clean himself up a Puppey, but mid one gets that bounty rune, and he's gonna get himself another one.
Gonna get 4 runes here. Oh boy.
That's gotta hurt.
And does he have toss ready? He can't TP away now, so he's gonna have to run for a while here.
Is that worth it to be spending this much time being chased for 2 runes?
Yeah, that's absolutely worth it. They get 4 runes as well, so they're definitely happy about this, no doubt. And sure, he's gonna miss a few CS at the top, but Bane is there, so he's just gonna collect those. No problemo. And I mean, I don't know why the Winter Wyvern is chasing.
Well, no, it's very slow chase. Moose though. Oh, it gets the toss off. No TP for you, sir. But Moose taking some tower damage. They have the Arctic Burn back up. We'll just put about some more harass over onto mid one. Moose needing to be a little careful. Does have the toss. He's taking a lot of tower shots though. Oh no. Mid one is a survivor.
It looked so good.
That tower. So it was the tower.
Sorry, team. I'm sorry. Even though he got a kill there, but he's gone for lane for a while now. He's got very low level, and Lifestealer's going to get a little bit of an advantage. And the toss back here, can he get it? I don't think they can kill, can they? The dragon is coming.
Just scare him just a little bit. They probably don't have that Arctic Burn just up yet. Brain Stout keeps him alive a little longer. Mason's still going to chase after Puppey. They're trying to get some body blocks off, but just not enough damage.
Troll is just AFKing in base. He's done with this game.
Waiting for him to walk down mid and destroy his items. Puppey, Puppey, Puppey. And for some more trouble here, just going to get chased after by Mason, and he gets himself a second kill. Moose, now this is something that we saw in the South American qualifiers. I don't know if you watched it all.
I watched all of it.
You watched all of it. Got it. Perfect. I shouldn't have doubted you. But Moose is a very, very good Tiny. He's got really good positioning, and he's going to punish any time that you're just a little too close to the tower, or if they have, you know, the setup here for, and again, already seeing Moose going very far.
See how good he is.
Punish with Puppey. He's going to fight back and forth. Mid one has made his rotation back top, though, now.
Okay, Puppey's manning up against 3 heroes right there. Okay, well, they got the entire wave, and Troll level 1 still. Not happy about this, and the wave is being pushed in, so there's a chance of him dying here if they want to go aggressive. They're a little bit too low right now, though.
It's definitely pressure, though, right? They need to be careful that they're paying attention to exactly where this Tiny is and where Wu is on the Winter Wyvern. Because they've got the Avalanche, the Toss, and Slow coming out from 2 of these heroes as well. Motto, Light Strike Array, just going to keep putting some pressure down here. Nisha has a very nice range.
Yeah, look at that range. So annoying.
Moose. Maybe getting a little too cheeky up here, though.
He's doing his best. Meanwhile, at the bottom, having this Enigma here, ideally you want to do that against a dual lane just to annoy them even more. So when you just have a solo there, you're not punishing it as much. But the bounty, he's just clicking him every time he's got that cooldown. Just take his money. But the CS is still doing fine. 11-1, and it's getting tons of level, which is by far the most important thing for Pangolier. So this is not looking too bad at all for Infamous.
You've said that before, though, and things still just didn't pan out super great.
You're being an hater now. Gotta love them more.
I know, I guess, you know,
look
that's me,
range.
the South American hater over here. Top lane, oh, the toss back over mid one. He's slowed down so much. Mason, he's hungry. He wants himself a troll, but it's gonna be the Splinter Blast coming out from Wu. That cleans him up, and now a little bit of body blocks coming out from Wu, trying to put some more damage onto Puppey. Puppey should be just fine. Not much mana left, though, over here on this Wyvern, so gonna have to back off.
Yeah, this Troll is not having a game right now. Not too happy about this, but Morphling is doing okay. And Bounty, you know, we talked about them having a greedy lineup, but when you have Bounty, if you just wins one fight with those tracks, you're going to be good. See, it's low, but yeah, Morphling is still doing fine. Yeah, you can't kill. Oh, he's got the haste.
He's got a haste rune. Tomato has to go and hide himself in those trees. Sitting very low himself here.
Timato's proven himself to be a very, very good mid laner for sure. They're playing with each other.
40 hit points. This makes me quite nervous here. Oh, but Moose makes the rotation, the toss.
But can this hero die? It feels like Morphling can't die when Nisha plays it.
Well, I think you need a little bit more burst at this point, which you don't have.
It just heals too much.
They did get the TP out, though, from the Bane, so that's not going to be up and running. And it is 5 minutes, your favorite time, Bulldog.
Yeah. And they do get 2-2. Or did they? Yeah. It's fine. Everything is fine.
Moose is making his way over now with Wu.
They want to kill the Nisha. Are they going to get it, though?
Sneaky. They're hoping.
He's pretty low.
Okay, Moose. The Avalanche will connect. Get the toss back. That Arctic burn. And he's going to force the Lina forwards. This is not looking good. Tomato has to be very careful now. That's going to be a failed rotation.
It's like the hero can't die. What is happening?
He's sitting at one hit point over there. Some spooky stuff.
They need a Lina level 6 for sure. With Sierra at bottom lane, the CS is not super unfair. Like 16 against 22, but when you see it, the net worth, Bounty is 700 ahead of the Pangolier. He's been taking all his money. Just getting all those levels. Got level 3 Ginata just taken. Not much you can do about it either.
No, indeed. But what's, you look at the 1v1 setup, is it better in terms of the fact that, Pango, once he does get that 6, he can be quite active versus, I feel like Bounty Hunter, what is he bringing really quite yet to that table other than, the track?
Yeah, but both of them are fairly strong if they rotate, but obviously Pangolier ult just brings more chaos in a fight. But yeah, Bounty on track is just so powerful now as well. Just the movement speed and his shuriken toss does so much damage. But the way he's building is he's maxing the toss, or I mean the Ginata, so you just want to stay around for a little bit longer.
The dire structures cannot be hurt.
Do you think we'll see a Yules get picked up on Pepita here to try to purge off some of that track and whatnot? Oh, okay. TP comes out. Zai is a bit deep here. Wu also here. He is tracked. He's going to try to put out some more damage. Can they get this kill in time, though? Because the ops are, he's just chewing away over at Wu, and they'll find that kill. Zai going to be able to get it. Can they finish up? They're going to have to run through these trees. They don't find Zai. He gets himself out.
Ouch. I'm not even trying for the Q there on Pangolier. You gotta try at least, even though it's a blind one. Getting out of that one, and that hurts. And that's also a track.
Moves.
Coins are coming in. 1k lead already. And yeah, it looked kind of fine for Infamous, but Secret is kind of taking the lead now. Lina is losing middle. Lifestealer Mason. The Mason God is at the top of the net worth though.
I think that track being placed on moves is a huge problem, though. Hold on, Mason. Gonna have to rage TP himself out.
I knew it wouldn't die here.
So low.
He's complete control.
But having that, like I said, the track on moves is going to be a problem because that's one of the nice things about the position for Tiny is that he's going to be able to rotate, he's going to be able to make some things happen, put some pressure on the map. But if they know where he is at all times, it doesn't really matter as much.
Yeah, and that's just the way they play Sai usually as well. He's not the most greediest player, even though he's kind of going the greedy build now. I would expect him to start rotating a lot soon, just running around on the map, scouting. Because you know, obviously, that the Morphling is the one who's going to need to farm, along with the Troll.
It's pretty ridiculous when you look at that net worth right now on this Bounty Hunter in comparison to the Morphling. However, they do try to make some moves on him. On some hot moves. Moves is going to get taken down if he's not careful. Shield Crash comes out. It's still not going to be going the side of Infamous here. He is having a lot of trouble. Pepita also, I don't know if he's going to be able to make it out. No, that's a double kill.
I'll just go next. I mean, that's fine. It's not the end of the world.
I don't know. You sounded pretty convinced there. The
Ginata, he got like 4 Ginata attacks. That's 140 extra gold from just that. And the track, I don't know if he got double track, but at least one. You can see the net worth, he's 4k.
That's ridiculous.
That feels good, man. Oh boy. So we needed a Pangolier to have a good game to create some space. And sure, he got levels, but you look at his net worth.
Doesn't feel so good.
It does not feel good at all. Moxie, I don't feel good. You're the SA fan here. You need to prop him up a little bit.
Well, you know, they've got to regroup. They've got to maybe chill for a moment, reassess. Although they've got their eyes on Puppy here, Avalanche, but it's a good nightmare. It's going to buy him some more time. The track comes out. Puppy, Brain Sap, Woo. Not going to be able to stand up to this Pro right now. Mid one slowly chasing down Wyvern. Finds that kill, and they still have not killed Puppy. Is he going to be able to get out of this? Is Mason going to die here? He's going to be able to get the kill, but he's going to fall. That is not worth at all.
3 Ginata attacks on him, so he just takes 100 gold from them. He just took 100 gold from Mason.
That does not feel good.
I mean, this is like a dream bounty game right now. And he can't, they don't have the burst yet. Like Tiny obviously has a lot of burst, but he needs the levels. So right now he can just run in and take these fights. The only one he has got to be careful for is Selena now, and she's got to do some good space now for her.
She's got to watch out for this bounty hunter too. And he's very squishy. Yeah, trap out. There's a hit. 1, 2. TP gets canceled.
5k net worth at 10 minutes on the bounty.
Yeah, look at this down here. They think, all right, let's try to make some moves on Zai. Things are looking pretty good, but then moves, look at that hit. It's not even... 2
Jinada, and it was tracked there.
They both are tracked.
3 Jinada.
And he's gone. Oh boy, Tomato. Man, Zai is just running amok here.
Did he die here? Did he overextend? No.
No, I think he's still going to be able to get the kill on Tomato. Look at that. He's just gone. Moves, tossed back. They've got the Pangolier ulti.
Mason's here.
Out. He wants to get this gold off of Zai. He would love to get some revenge right now, but look at this. He kept to catch him first. Can they get him in time? So we'll be able to disarm. They'll do another dust as he's trying. Look how fast he is. He just zips on out. Toss out. Can they finish up? This is
oh my God. Jesus.
Oh my God. Mason now has to run out. Nisha is not playing around here. Zai.
And we're in for
cat daddy.
We're in for a treat this game. If you're a Secret fan, that is. If you like Infamous, maybe not.
You can appreciate good Dota no matter what team you're rooting for. And Zai is running away with this game. Moves. He just would love to get him out of his cave. He's not going to be able to, though.
Support's not having anything. You ideally want to have Tiny getting a dagger eventually, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen this game.
He has a full Hood of Defiance.
It should be just going this tank build, honestly.
It's going to be very difficult to take down Zai.
And we also saw just Nisha there, how much damage she can do on the Pangolier.
This is wild. How often do you see a bounty hunter at the top of GPM?
Well, I mean, it's not too rare because it's kind of how it's meant to be if he has a good game. We've seen him play carry a little bit. That's mostly in pubs, though. But, you know, if you have this kind of start, the track, it's kind of been changed for a while.
Oh, they do spot Zai this time, though. He might need to be a little bit careful. He's going to get tossed up. They actually use the Rolling Thunder. They don't want to allow him to get back here, and they'll keep stunning him up. Lina, Tomato uses the Laguna again. They've had enough of his shenanigans. They do get the courier. Did we see what was on it? I missed it.
Not.
I was watching all that rolling around in mid.
Yeah, it was just a Staff of Wizardry, so that was for Lina.
Okay. Well, that's going to be a pain for her. Yeah, look at this. Just happens to walk underneath that sentry. They've got the dust. They go and they use the Rolling Thunder, the toss, everything that they possibly can. And Tomato just gives them that look and gives them the Laguna.
And the good little seal boy here is coming in.
Yeah, look at that. And he's just, no, I'm taking you down with me.
Yes, getting that courier kill for a death is super worth it because the courier still gives tons of experience and so much gold for your team. And ultimately, you know that you're not the carry. You want to make space and give gold to your team. And that's exactly what their courier kill does.
That death animation is so sad. Watching that little baby seal just roll over. I'm sure it's very nice for Zai to see it, though, obviously.
It looked fun. And here he's again.
Oh boy, Woo. You can't be alone if you're a squishy support right now.
Oh. That's a lot of gold.
That is indeed. Now look at net worth going for the side of Seek.
They're looking good.
So much space here. They've been chasing so much after Zai. And he's going to circle right back around again. Peekaboo, I see you.
Are we only watching Zai, or is that the only player on this team right now? It feels like everyone else is just in the jungle.
Oh, that was awkward. All right.
They have a Bane as well. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, look. There's a troll in this game.
So basically, it's Zai just creating space entirely alone. His entire team.
He's doing a bang-up job of it.
He's doing pretty well.
You know the lore about Bounty Hunter, right?
No.
So apparently he's a little orphaned cat that was left alone on the streets and had to resort to becoming a bounty hunter. The streets made that hero. He's thug life.
He looks like a goblin to me.
A goblin?
He looks like a goblin.
He's a cat. He's a kitty cat.
Not sure about that.
I'm pretty sure he's a kitty cat. Maybe the cats you've seen look like goblins. I don't know.
And yeah, the Nishis is going the same build this game, all out on stats. Just to be the tanky fighter, and have Greaves ready on the Enigma now, so they could just group up and probably just end the game at this point if they want to.
I don't know what Infamouse does right now.
And we've seen how they struggle just to kill one bounty hunter, so if the entire team is there, I don't know.
Especially Nisha on this Morphling. I don't know how they deal with him because, again, they can't even deal with the bounty, and he's not the position 1.
And Mason has to swapperoni his build a little bit. He can't go for Midas this time around. He needs to get strong right now, so he's going for the armlet. Which makes sense, because there's no way you get Midas and get to farm for another 10 minutes for Radiance. That's not going to happen this game.
War has come to Radiant's bottom tower. Radiant structures are fortified.
Right now it's pretty tough position here, and if he's going to die, he's going to get up.
Oh no.
It takes go. Can it get one more?
It's going.
Oh, he got 72 gold there from him.
Sure, he's still pleased about that. Peter, not so much. They managed to get themselves a tower because what can they really do otherwise right now? Mason just doesn't have what he needs. Nisha just, no Aegis or anything, just walks right into the base, will find himself tiny and toss back right into that Midnight Pulse, and Nisha just destroys him. Guardian Greaves get popped, and they're just gonna keep on trucking here. And I just don't know what Infamous can possibly do right now. They get the light strike. Nisha turns himself into a tiny, the toss back. Mason in for a lot of trouble here. He's gonna try to run. They get the heal off. Can they burst down this Morphling? It's not looking good because mid 1 comes running in. That's a good curse, but it's not gonna do nearly enough damage as they use the Rolling Thunder. Laguna will finally be able to take down mid 1, so they do hold.
There is some hope. Every kill they get is worth a lot. Well, not that many. They get 300 gold. They're only 16k behind at 17 minutes. Not that bad.
Oh, Pepita. Silence. There's going to be the avalanche, the toss of the Mason onto Zai. He's got to be careful. It's going right over here. Yapstar, he's thinking about it. He's looking for it.
Boy, can they fight this? Nisha's not there anymore, so he's left, so they should all just leave now. And we'll see how safe Secret wants to play this. I mean, they probably feel very confident, but it is a major after all. So just going for a Roche. They have Lads on the Troll, so that could be super easy to do.
Yeah. Motto working on a Shadow Blade.
Getting a free kill here, maybe? Should be pretty easy. That's nice.
Yeah, there it is.
One small step.
Zai gets another track off as well. So I'll be able to keep tabs on Tomato here. Though Tomato does have a Yules, so...
Almost got the next item for the Morphling. The Eye of Skadi. This is not... I don't know what they can do here. What do we do? The Lina is farmed at least, and she is pretty leveled as well. Again, Tomato having a really good game like last game, but his team is just massively struggling. And Mason... You know? And they're just they got a casual DD as well there. That's pretty nice. So they a couple things going for them. It's gonna be a quick Roche. And after that, we saw how easily they took the bottom tower. So I didn't see why they wouldn't just keep going now. Nisha level 14. Got the Skadi from this as well. They're so powerful.
Yikes.
Oh boy.
It's not 100% though.
Oh, they actually increased a little bit. So
maybe. Moves has got to get out of there as fast as possible.
Killing the Bane helped out. It's 2% chance.
Nisha's not worth right now. I just think you can't allow him to have this hero. Or you have to have a very specific plan on how to deal with it, but honestly, he's just so good with it.
A dagger from Enigma as well. And here we got the Shadow Blade. So this is the classic good old build against the Morphling. But we look at just the state of the game. You can't really kill. He's going to bait with the rune here. Oh, Puppy. He gave the rune, though. I feel like he could have picked that up, but all right.
Uh-oh, rolling to the toss of the Lifestealer. They want to fight this. I don't know about this, though. This is looking a little scary. Mid one, gonna get hit off over here. Moves in for some trouble. Nisha trapping away over. They do manage to get off that cold embrace, and now Yapster making his way to join the fight.
Run for your life.
Yeah, Woo's gonna definitely get taken down here. Tomato has that Shadow Blade. He's gonna try to run away. Pepita is gonna get slowly but surely taken down, I think. They're not going to give up on him. No. Oh, nice light striker right though coming out of Tomato. Can they turn this back around? Out pops Mason. He's got his eyes on mid one. Mid one in for some trouble. Could go get those whirling axes up. Black Hole over there gets 3 heroes. Takes down 2 of them. They find another kill. And now Mason has to run his way back to that base. But Zai, he's not giving up. Yapster gets another kill over onto Moose. And it's looking like Mason. Is he going to make it in time? He's going to turn the tables back around on Zai. Zai's still alive. Just like that, they focus back on the objectives.
I think it's over.
I think it's over too.
I don't know what you can do anymore.
That's a beautiful black hole coming out from Yapster. Yeah, 100% now.
100%. And Gaben has never been wrong. Ever. Never made any mistakes.
Oh, Mason.
And it looks...
See you later, my friend. Zai. Zai's feeling invincible. Just gonna keep poking and prodding. Says, get back in your fountain. Don't want to see your face anywhere near my friends and family right now. In fact, Moose is,
he's alive.
Figured that there was, no. Yapster finding that killed up. That comes out.
Pangolier coming
Mason,
in.
He's gonna try rolling around. Can they find the kill on Enigma? Nice Nightmare coming out. Mason just slowly getting chewed down here. They'll kill the Yapster. They'll kill Pepita. Pepita's gonna have to buy back. Tomato still alive for a little bit longer, but not long enough. Another buyback comes out. They're not ready to go out of here without a fight. They're gonna keep chasing them out of their base here. Somehow Zai just keeps poking in and out. Still alive. Nisha turns his attention now over onto Tomato. They try to heal him up. Do manage to get the Witcher's Curse off. It's not gonna be quite enough damage, I don't think. Yeah, no, he's gonna be able to walk away. Can they do just a little bit more? They'll be able to finally take down Zai, and they'll turn their attention. Moo's gonna get taken down with that net. Only Tomato is standing here after Woo. Slowly gonna get chipped down, but the buybacks are just coming out because you don't go from a major without using everything and everything. That Avalanche, the toss back over onto Tomato. Still can't take him down. That's the double kill going over for mid one. The GG gets called. Secret's back. They had a hiccup yesterday, but they're back in full force today.
Yeah, and that's the end of SA Dota for this tournament.
Chaos?
Who?
Chaos?
Okay, there is Chaos still there.
Yes.
Forgot about those.